Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today is Monday, June 13th. Good evening, and welcome back to Mik'd Up. We're brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We have a great show. Damn, I look real dark. I have a good color on the camera right now. I like that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Had a nice day on the lake.
Yeah, you look real dark. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you, you look real dark.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to catch up to you, man. Oh, that was good timing. Let's go. What a start to the Monday. Man, I had a good day. I was on the lake.
Congratulations to you.
I mean, that was a dynamite. I told you we have a great show. We got some energy in here today. Great show. We have Trey Wingo is coming on in 5 minutes. He should be in the chat, into the video room here soon.
The video room.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm so rattled by this comment right now. We have Nolan Cain.
What was the other thing you said about the boys playing their video games?
Oh man, I don't know. That was an unbelievable intro. And then you have Nolan Cain, recruiting coordinator, assistant coach at Texas A&M, coming on the show at 7 o'clock. They're going to Omaha. They're the first punch their ticket. One of possible 4 SEC West teams to make it to Omaha. If you're wondering, there's only 8 teams total that go to the World Series. And the SEC West has the potential to have 4. Auburn plays tonight, Oregon State, late night game. I think they take care of business. And I think they get the 4 teams in the SEC, which is half the field. If the SEC doesn't win that championship with half the field, then something's wrong. We have the U.S. Open this weekend. I know it's summertime. I know COVID got a lot of people into golf. I know it because the golf club that I'm part of has boomed with members, and it's taken up all of the tee times. And it's great for the course, but not great for my golf.
Not the members, it's the tournaments.
Yeah, the tournaments are not good. We'll get into that later.
Jesus, somebody take care of your own kids.
Yeah.
It's not a babysitting service.
Hey, I got pulled over on the golf cart the other night.
No,
I was going home. They have cops come through the neighborhood now because kids are going all through the freaking golf course.
How did this whole thing go? How did you get pulled over on the
Well, so I'm driving from our good friend's house. We had down the street. We went to his parents' house for a little pool party on Saturday. We watched a good friend Nolan win the Super Regional, go to Omaha. I took a lot of money from our friends in bags and cornhole. And it was a good day. So it was probably about 10 o'clock. Was that?
I said, where was that at Modesto?
Well, it was just.
You ran into a ringer.
Yeah, I mean, these guys came out of nowhere. I don't know what was going on. They took our money, but
that doesn't count.
So then I come back. It's probably 10 o'clock, and me and my wife were in the golf cart, and we're driving back, and we're not doing anything crazy, and we're just trying to get there. All of a sudden, a cop turns down to the right on the street. Lights come on. Car right in front of me. He's like, "Hey, what are y'all doing?" I'm like, "I'm going back to my house." what's going on? He goes, you can't drive golf carts on the street at this time of night. I'm like, what? Am I supposed to drive on the sidewalk? He's like, no, you can't drive at all.
Oh.
I'm like, huh.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, I think it's because there's a lot of kids that have golf carts, and you know how it goes.
Euphoria did this.
Yeah, it happens. But,
But I feel like that's something y'all would have known.
well, we don't know. Now we know. Maybe I got the email. I just deleted it. I don't know. But I got home, and safe and sound, and we were good. Cop was fine. I'm cool about it. But we had the U.S. Open this weekend, and Trey Wingo is coming on. He is going to show. He has a Trey Wingo boost for the weekend. I think Xander Schauffele's on the boost, right? Isn't that his
Xander
boost?
and Scotty.
Xander and Scotty. Well, of course, number one in the golfer in the world.
Yeah, Trey Wingo. I mean,
he's playing golf for
front
a living
running.
right now, you know what I mean?
Jesus.
Like, of course. So he's going to talk about that in honor. I think that's how we decided we're going to say in honor of the U.S. Open. We have a promotional hangout with the boys. Right? We have a giveaway, a prize, a gift, an event, if you want to call it, to play golf with me and Jared and Lloyd, and we are going to tell you how to do that. Is Trey in the?
I see him right now.
Is Trey in there?
Looks glorious.
Okay, so Trey is in the chat.
I see blue.
We're gonna take a 30-second break. We're gonna explain to you after this. It has something to do with our mic'd up code, our Caesars. Put it in there. Take a picture. We'll tell you about it. Explain
It'll last
about
longer.
it. We'll take a 30-second break while we get Trey set in, and we're gonna be right back.
At Rejuvame, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy, giving you the energy you need for all life's challenges. We can help get your day started. 1, 2, 1, 2. We can help with those long work days, and we can even make your nights longer. Rejuvame. Let us be your age-defying clinic. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuvame.
By Dos Equis. Here in Louisiana, we like to have a great time. If you're looking to be the life of the tailgate, check out Dos Equis mini kegs. Hold 16 beers, easy to tap, easy to pour, easy to chill. Check it out. Become a life of the party. You're welcome. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive. I am excited to talk to our next guest about the U.S. Open. Last time he was on here, we talked about the PGA Championship. He gave us some betting tips, some people to bet on, some money to win. I did win some money, I'm happy to say. My golf game has not gotten any better. His golf game, I'm sure, is great. He's been playing on some unbelievable courses. Welcome back to the show, our friend Trey Wingo. Thanks for coming back on, man. I appreciate it.
Well, I might regret it already.
I mean, I can't get over how good you look. You got the bronzing.
Dude, he's sun-kissed.
The bronzing you got is I'm jealous. I really am jealous.
And he was just bragging about his own tan.
Yeah, way to suck up, by the way, after I heard in the preamble there. Oh, he's a front runner.
Hey, that was not me. That was Lloyd. That's Lloyd. Look, listen. What you learn about my producer is he doesn't like the most popular stuff. He wants to be like the rebel, and he wants to go against
Scotty
the
Scheffler's number one in the world, coach. So he
he
would
wants
you write
to
that in
lose
this
money.
morning?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he wants to do. He wants to lose money for sure.
Look, hold on. Let me just say, we're not picking him because he's number one in the world. The boost is because he would be only the 6th player ever to pull off the U.S. Open and the Masters in the same year. Jordan Spieth last did it in 2015. Tiger Woods did it in 2002. Jack did it in 70, I think. 72. Arnie did it in 1960. Ben Hogan did it in 53 and 51, and Craig Wood did it in 1941. So we're doing it as the
When did
double
Greg
dip
Norman
of
do
the
it?
Masters and the U.S. Open. No, Greg Norman never won it.
Yeah.
Stroke lead in 1996, and he's still suffering the consequences, apparently.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. We have a lot to talk about. I want to talk a little bit about the Open. I want to talk a little bit about your boost. I also want to talk and get your opinions on the, I guess it's the LIV Golf Tour or is the Live Golf Tour? I've heard it both ways.
It's Live Golf.
Live Golf. Okay, yeah, Live Moss. I want to hear your thoughts on that. But first, let's start with the U.S. Open. It's a extremely difficult course. It's in Boston, so I'm assuming you're probably going to have some Boston locals on the course and probably getting in some heads and talking some trash. I would assume just based off of the way the Boston crowds are. Apparently, the Golden State Warriors don't like it. But talk to me about the course. How difficult is the course going to play for the guys? And explain to me why you explained a little bit on why you picked Scotty, but talk to me about the Xander part of the boost.
Well, yeah. First of all, there's a lot to digest there, and I'm always good to be back with you on behalf of Caesar Sportsbook. It's played outside of Brookline, is sort of right in and around Boston. Historically, it's had some incredible things happen at that course. In 1913, a caddy from that course named Francis Ouimet took down Harry Vardon and all the big players from Europe and won the U.S. Open as a 20-year-old caddy. In 1988, Curtis Strange won the first of his two back-to-back U.S. Opens there. Speaking of rowdy Boston fans, in 1999, that was the Ryder Cup, where the U.S. was down 10-6 going into Sunday, and the place went bonkers. And
I've got a good feeling.
Colin Montgomery misses Doubtfire and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And Ben Crenshaw, I've got a good feeling about this. And Justin Leonard's putt went in on 17. They stormed the green, and Jose Maria Olafable still had a chance to tie the hole, and they sort of trampled all over his line. So yeah, the Boston fans were a little nuts back there. So yeah, there's a little history there. The course is going to be tough. It's got graduated rough, which means you go from the fairway to the first cut, second cut, third cut, and then the deep stuff where you can hide small humans in there. So it's going to be significantly difficult. And right now, the favorite at Caesar Sportsbook now is Rory, based on his performance over the weekend at the Canadian Open. But this is a totally different golf course, totally different setup. I mean, Rory went 8 under on Sunday to win. No one's going 8 under on Sunday to win the U.S. Open at Brookline. The scores in relation to par over the last 20 years, by far and away, the U.S. Open is at 4.5 as the winning score. 4.5 under, well below all the other majors. This is the hardest major to win. It is the toughest test in golf. You don't win a U.S. Open as much as you survive it.
You said 4.5, right? So you expect that's the score to be around 4 or 5 this weekend as well. Do you think that they have a chance to go lower than that?
Well, if the USGA had its way, no one would break par.
Nobody's going to break par.
Right.
Absolutely.
They love those years. Like, Bryson DeChambeau, when he won in 2020, he was the only player under par. But my favorite U.S. Open story of all time is the 2000 U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. Tiger finished 12 under par. Second place was 3 over.
Unbelievable.
He beat the field by 15 strokes. I've actually had Jamoke say to me, "Oh, well, it's Pebble Beach. It was easy." It's like, no, it was easy for one dude. Everyone else was over par. What the hell are you talking about?
Right.
I just got back from Pebble
Beach.
Coach, I just got back from Pebble Beach. It is not easy. But and that's the famous Tiger story where he only had one golf ball left in his bag, and his then caddy didn't want to tell him because he was like, Tiger was practicing putting, forgot to put him in his bag. Caddy's fault, not Tiger's fault. And then he only had one ball left at Pebble.
And wasn't Tiger throwing stuff to the crowd? Yeah.
No. That was on 18 on Saturday morning. They were finishing up the second round, and he pumped one into the ocean, yelled out the F-bomb, and Stevie, his caddy, at that point was like, "Holy bleep, we never put those balls back from practice putting." There's one, and he didn't want to tell. He didn't want to say, "If you lose this ball, we're disqualified." So
you're up by 15.
Yeah, it was just.
I mean, can you imagine what goes through your stomach's got to be in knots. Like, oh my God, Tiger's.
That's why they invented adult diapers.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm looking forward to it. I am going to obviously bet some money. I won some money based off your recommendations last time. The last time you were on the show, my good friend, the guy we had talked about, Sam Burns, did not win the PGA, but he did beat Scotty in the playoff hole. Won an unbelievable shot, which I was pumped. A bomb. And I'm watching. I'm actually in Dallas. I'm like not far. I'm visiting some friends. I'm actually not far from where Scotty grew up playing. and everybody's there watching Scotty, and I'm the only one cheering for Sam Burns, and he made it, so everybody didn't really like me. But he's playing very well. Outside of the two guys on your boost, do you have any like a dark horse that you think they can come out of nowhere and maybe make a run at this thing?
Well, an interesting guy is Matthew Fitzpatrick. He won the U.S. Amateur there at Brookline, I think, in 2013, and he was in contention at the PGA Championship for blowing up a little bit on Sunday in those wins at Southern Hills. So obviously he's familiar with the course, and he played pretty well in the last major, just couldn't quite put it together on a Sunday. So he's certainly someone to keep an eye on. Well, Billy Horschel is a guy. I think he's at plus 2,200 at Caesar Sportsbook right now, somewhere around there.
Now we're talking.
You know, he played well at the Memorial. The Memorial's a tough track. You know, it's Jack's home course. It's not an easy track. It's set up for a guy like him. And another reason why Scheffler, I think, is a good bet is because Scheffler doesn't wow you. He just hits quality shots. Like a U.S. Open winner, more often than not, is a guy that hits a lot of fairways, hits a lot of greens, and makes an occasional putt. Like you can't spray the ball around or you're dead at a U.S. Open. So you got to hit it long, you got to hit it straight, and you got to hit a bunch of greens. Like if the USG had its way, like 4 over, not 400.
Right.
They want to set it up. I mean, historically, you know, they've been accused of really tricking up the golf course and making it unfair over the last 15, 20 years a few times. So they always say, like, we're not trying to embarrass the best golfers, we're trying to identify them. By embarrassing them.
Right. By making it almost impossible. Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, we just.
Yeah. But there's a couple other guys. Connors, the Canadian guy, Corey Connors. He has a really simple, repeatable swing, and you know, he played okay. I think he shot 8 under on the weekend on Sunday at the Open at the RBC. I think he's around 2,300 plus 2,300. He's also a guy that might be someone to keep your eye on.
Lloyd, that's right up your alley, bro.
See,
plus 22, plus
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give me some. Give me a little sweat in the game.
Get
because
rich quick, guy.
Yeah, this is how golf works. But I do.
How about Phil at plus 150 to 1?
Oh, they're gonna let him play?
Oh yeah, he just went through one of the most excruciating press conferences I've ever seen.
I mean,
let's get into a little bit of the.
Okay, let's look. I was gonna hold off on this, but let's get into this. Talk to me about the Live Golf Tour.
Sure.
What do you think of it? What are your opinions of it? Obviously, it's a moneyless pit. It's a bottomless pit of money. They can throw as much money to these players as they want to get over there, which 60 billion? I heard it was more than that. I heard it was 600 billion.
No, 600 billion.
I heard it was 600. Yeah, there's a zero. You missed a zero.
The personal investment fund, the public investment fund of the Saudi Arabian government is $600 billion deep.
Sounds like Texas A&M and NIL.
Yeah, that's $600,000 million. Okay, that's what it is.
Is that a lot of money?
By the way, I'm just noticing. Joined by our guy Hal Wingo. You're going with Hal instead of Trey.
Absolutely, right. I gotta let the people know.
I respect it. Anyway, that's why I'm Trey. I'm the third.
Yeah, I know, but some people don't know. They think your name's actually Trey. You got to give respect to the forefathers.
Actually, it is. I mean, I've always gone by Trey. My parents call me Trey. They nickname me Trey, but yeah, on my birth certificate it says Hal.
See, now you're insulting the parents.
No, I think he wants to be. Would you rather?
I'm never saying it. People are like, you changed your name. I'm like, no, I really didn't.
That's what I was. Almost Trace turned into Trey.
There you go. So what do you want to know about LIV or Live?
So how does it work? So obviously in the PGA Tour you have the tour.
Here's how it works. They throw buckets of money.
Right.
That's how it works.
Right. So obviously you have the tour. It's a little bit harder to get on. You have to Monday qualify. Are there Monday qualifiers for the Live Tour? Is there like if I wanted to get really good at golf, obviously it's really hard. It's a lot easier said than done. But if I want to get really good at golf and I want to play, how could I get on the tour? They just have to come at me and offer me, or is there a way I can go out there and just add to the field?
Listen, they have to. This first one was an invitational, and they're going to try and set up a league where they have a bunch of people that are sort of committed to playing in this tour. But the Live Golf people are not saying you have to choose our tour or the PGA Tour. The PGA Tour is the one that's drawing the hard line in the sand and saying you're suspended, you can't play on our events if you do their events. And here's the problem for the PGA Tour stance. They don't have the power to coerce these people to do anything. Like the PGA Tour as an entity does not control any of the majors. The Masters is run by Augusta National. The PGA Championship is run by the PGA of America, not the PGA Tour. The U.S. Open is run by the USGA, the United States Golf Association, and the Open Championship, known here as the British Open, is run by the Royal and Ancient Association. So the PGA Tour as an entity does not have a major they can hold over their heads. So if you're Dustin Johnson, who's won 2 majors and has won 20 plus times on tour, and you've been a former number 1 in the world, your choices are continue to grind out at the Waste Management Open and
That's his favorite one.
Colonial and all these other places, and make 1/10 of the money if you make the cut. Or in the live golf world, you play 54 holes, not 72. It's a 3-day event. There's no cut, so you're guaranteed money. And there's also a team wager as well. So you're playing not only for yourself, but you're playing for a team wager. It's actually a fun concept, and it's fascinating. The problem is where the money comes from.
Right.
Because there is a lot of baggage, and you're seeing this now. Like Phil was just asked about it, and apparently families of 9/11 victims have sent out a listing, how dare you do this, and all this kind of stuff. And it's tricky. Now, I will say that's a hard one to sort of go after, because if you're going to be on it, and I understand how you feel, but you have to feel that way all the time then, right? Like the U.S. government still funds Saudi Arabia's defenses. Okay, the U.S. government still takes oil from Saudi Arabia. So if that's your line in the sand, it better be your line in the sand for everything. Yeah. Okay? I'm not a fan of selective outrage. I'm mad at you because you did this, but fill up my car, please, and I'm not mad at you. Okay? That to me is that's not a good place for the tour or anybody else to be criticizing these people on. If you want to criticize these players for taking the money knowing where it comes from, that's fine. But when we get into this whole, like, it's a quick Google search to see how many PGA Tour partners have business in Saudi Arabia. Right. And it's not really difficult to find them. Right. So if the PGA Tour stance is, well, because you're doing this space, well, then why are you allowing these companies who have business in Saudi Arabia to be a partner on the PGA Tour? So the PGA Tour, if we're being honest about it, is mad at them not for moral reasons, but monopolistic reasons.
Yep. Absolutely.
Because they're not going to be the only. Yeah, they're not going to be the only show in town. So the PGA Tour, to me, has a choice. They can fight this tooth and nail, or they can find a way to broker some sort of uneasy peace. Because in an all-out war, golf is fractured. Best players go a million different places, and nobody wins. Now, the PGA Tour is always going to have the best, deepest quality field. That's a fact. But there are people like Bryson DeChambeau, like Phil Mickelson, like Patrick Reed, who won the 2018 Masters, that are going to go over there. And these are some of the people that golf world guys consider stars. And stars draw talent. Stars draw eyeballs. It's like the NCAA and NIL, right? The NCAA tried to forever fight NIL, knowing full well the eventuality of that it was coming, right? It's eventually going to happen. And so they fought it. And finally, when it got here, the NCAA said, well, nothing we can do. You guys figure it out. Right. So the PGA Tour can go down that road, which ended exactly a much bigger boat. They can go down that road and really don't have a plan, or as they're doing this sort of back and forth contentiousness, it would be in their best interest to try and find out a plan and work out some peace with these guys. You may not like it, and it may not be what you want, but do you want all-out war, or do you want to find a way to make sure golf exists for everybody in the best possible way?
Absolutely. So obviously, you feel like I'm okay with it. I think it's great for golf. I think it's going to force the PGA to grow and do things that they probably haven't wanted to do. It gives them a little competition.
When you say I'm okay with it,
yeah, that was.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have put that in your.
No. It's fine. That's fine. I would say I understand the reality of it.
Yeah.
Like it's not going away. It's problematic. There's a lot of things that are problematic about it, but the concept of what they want to do, I think, is interesting. Like the team part of it, I think, is interesting. I think that creates a little more excitement. Phil got vilified, and rightly so, for his comments. Right. But I think a lot of these guys just want to try and find a way for the tour to loosen up some things, and they feel like this is a conduit for them to do that. Now, that conduit comes with a lot of money.
Right.
And it comes with a lot of money that comes with a lot of baggage. And if you go watch that press conference today from Phil, that was not pleasant for anybody.
Right.
But we also are in this place where suddenly, the term sports washing is there, and that's a factual statement. I mean, this is what this investment fund for Saudi Arabia is trying to do. They're trying to reshape their image. Don't look at all the horrible things we do. Look at all the fun golf we play. I mean, that's a fact. Okay.
Right.
That's the way it's going. But this has gone on forever.
Yeah.
Russian oligarchs own English Premier League teams. Oil barons all across the Middle East own premier soccer leagues in Europe and other places. Formula One races are held in really weird countries. We're having the World Cup playing in Qatar this year, and the human abuses and rights violations to build those stadiums was a disaster. It's interesting that suddenly this league and where the money comes from has become this moralistic high ground for everybody when this has been going on for a while.
Pablo Escobar was very involved in soccer in Colombia. I mean, that's really where you can start.
Narco soccer.
Narco
soccer. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, one of the best ESPN 30 for 30s was the two Escobars about Pablo Escobar and the defenseman who was killed because the Colombian team didn't do well.
You're not good enough.
So,
Literally got
this
cut.
is nothing new. I mean, it's really one of the best 30 for 30s out there.
You have anything?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did want to ask him. I forgot what I was going to say. So no, I forgot.
Wow.
I know, but I got sidetracked with
Wow,
Jesus.
that's good.
I mean, that question was that good that
I got sidetracked with the two Escobars.
Okay, back to.
Oh no, I remember what I was saying.
here
I'm
we
back,
go.
Coach. I'm back.
There we go.
So it feels like the Live Golf Tour has turned into kind of like a breeding ground for the people that aren't really. They're kind of vilified on golf. Like Dustin Johnson has said, "I'm here because I want to play." Not more golf, I want to play less golf. Patrick Reed, perfect for him because nobody really likes him. Bryson DeChambeau, same boat. Like, it feels like this is turning into like almost an anti-hero tour where they're pretty much rubbing your nose in it a little bit, and then they get to all come back and play in the U.S. Open. How do you think they're going to be able to be covered by the PGA whenever it comes for TV time?
Well, listen, that's the interesting thing right now. There's no TV deal yet in place for Live Golf, right? It was on their Facebook page,
and
YouTube, and their website. I do think there's a deal coming, but here's the thing, and this is the problem with the PGA Tour. The people that run Live Golf aren't looking at this as a business model. They're not trying to make money. They're trying to recreate an image,
right?
And that creates a problem. Like people are, it's not sustainable. It's sustainable to the tune of $600,000 million.
Money.
It's pretty sustainable. And they're like, well, what are they gonna do without sponsors? It's like remember when Martha Burke was the National Organization for Women was protesting at the Masters a few years ago, like 10 years ago maybe even longer than that. And the Masters just said, fine, we don't want to put our sponsors in any jeopardy this year. We don't want any of your sponsorship money. We'll do the event ourselves.
Yeah, right.
No
we'll run
commercials.
the whole thing ourselves. And that's sort of where the stance that, the LIV people, the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia is like, we don't need them. Like, we'll do this our own because we're trying to do something here. Whether or not you agree with what they're trying to do is a question everybody else has to ask themselves. And that's a legitimate question. But to your point about polarizing players, that's what makes sport great. You root for the guys you like and the guys you hate. Like Bryson, I wrote something about Bryson DeChambeau, the player everybody loves to hate because he's so quirky and mercurial and slow and does all this stuff that he drives people crazy. I mean, Brooks Koepka and frickin' Bryson spat was amazing.
That was great for golf.
So it was great for golf. So the PGA Tour, like, you don't want to lose all those guys. Like Patrick Reed, people loved hate watching Patrick Reed at times, right? You don't there's an element to that. The Yankees are simultaneously the most loved and hated team in baseball. Everybody loves to hate watch the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, that's a part of what makes sports fun and interesting is those polarizing opposites. And you can't just lose all those guys. You can't.
Don't you think that's something like the PGA can kind of take advantage
What's in
of
the
that?
cup? What are we sipping on?
It is La Croix seltzer
a
water.
little splash of odd, a little Tito's.
Lloyd's so disappointed right
You
now.
wanted a Mai Tai.
You wanted something.
I
You wanted something fancy.
I wanted an umbrella in the drink.
I don't do any of that guy.
Last couple of questions. We talked about the PGA Tour. We talked about Live Golf. What does outside of coming to an agreement and trying to swallow their pride a little bit and trying to figure out how to coexist? What is something that they can do on the tour, the PGA Tour, to be able to combat the creativity? And obviously, you can't combat the money, obviously, but the creativity that the Live Golf Tour is doing right now.
Well, it's interesting. Kevin Van Valkenburg, who does a great job covering golf for ESPN, had a great thing out there. It said, instead of trying to punish these guys for leaving, why don't you try and reward them for staying? And, that's been sort of a thing that a lot of the players have said over the years is they don't believe that the PGA Tour is giving the players the right amount of the cut. Like in the NFL, for example, in the NBA, there's a CBA where the profits are. The owners get this much and the players get this much. There is none of that in the PGA Tour, and that's shrouded, of course, by their tax-exempt status, which is very interesting if you think about the actual number of dollars that they bring in and the number of dollars that they give to charities. Look, I'm all for giving all of the dollars to charities as much as you can, but when you see the number that comes in and you see the number that goes out, it makes you wonder about that. Like the NBA, I think, had tax-exempt status for a while, and then they realized that's not going to work. You need to not do that. So it's really about the business model of the PGA Tour. And I think that the idea of rewarding players for staying is a much better way than saying, boom, you're banned, bad player, I don't think that's going to work. Like when Dustin Johnson announced he was going to the Live Golf Tour, he automatically made more money by that announcement than Tiger Woods has made playing in his entire career. Wow. Just think about that.
Pauline so
okay?
Happy.
Just by saying, yes, I will play, he was wired more money than Tiger Woods made in his entire career.
What was it, 125 million?
It was, from what I understand, it was north of that. I don't know the exact number.
Wow.
But the numbers for Phil and Bryson and Patrick and Dustin, it's a ridiculous amount of money. And, to your point, Dustin Johnson said, I did this not to play more golf. I did it to play less golf. And I think that a lot of people think that your favorite athlete loves their sport. Well, I can tell you, I know a lot of athletes that don't love the sport they play nearly as much as something else, but this is the one thing that they're the best at. So that's where they make their money, And I think that's something that people need to. I can't tell you how many of the baseball players I've talked to. I had one baseball player who had a really great career, played 19 years for a bunch of different teams. Said I really wanted to be a swimmer, and he played baseball for money.
Yeah, just as my job.
More than people think.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, that happens more than that happens way more than people think.
Anthony Rendon is one of those guys. I played with him in college. I played with him in summer Team USA in college. He was the same way. He's unbelievable. Yeah. He's like, baseball's just whatever. I'm just good at it, and that's my job. And I'm like, well, I wish I could do that.
2019, Gary Woodland, 2019 U.S. Open champ, wanted to be a basketball player. He went to Wabash College, I think. They played one game in Kansas at Allen Fieldhouse, and he's like,
it's not for me.
I'm not good enough to do this.
Where's the golf
Brooks
club?
Koepka wanted to be a pitcher.
Right.
Brooks Koepka wanted to be a pitcher. Like, he plays golf because it makes him money.
Yep.
Like, there's a reason he only really wins at the majors. He's just out there screwing around most of the time, And then when it's time to win, he's like, oh, okay, I want to win a major. The majors hold the key. Like, for example, let's say the PGA of America, the USGA, the Masters, and the Royal and Ancient all tell these Live Golf guys, you are now banished. Then they've got that's where the power is. If the PGA Tour can get those guys to say, you are no longer allowed, they have an issue.
Right.
Wait, I got one more hypothetical for you. This is me as I'm in a group.
No,
not
I
that
apologize
big.
ahead of time.
No clue where this is going.
No. By the way, just before we go any further, is this qualify as a mullet or is this just a mane of hair?
It's usually a mullet, but the upkeep,
Like,
I didn't expect so much upkeep on this. You got to shave it every other couple of weeks.
I think it feels more like just a lion's
That's
mane
what it looks like
than
now.
just a mullet.
He's just let it go. He got lazy.
All right, Simba, go on.
Simba. I like that.
But so speaking of a little Simba, Anthony Kim, I'm wondering if there's any route possible. I'm in the group text with a couple of guys that love golf. This man has been persona non grata. He's been off the reservation. He can't play in the PGA because of an injury. So if he ever with claims to status, he has to. He can't get the settlement anymore. I'm wondering if there's an avenue for him in Live Golf to be the absolute hero of Live. LIV.
Well, that's really fascinating, by the way, and great job by you and your group text, because we need to see the parameters. We need to see the parameters of that legal agreement, right? For those that don't know, Anthony Kim was a rising star on the PGA Tour, a big part of the 2008 Ryder Cup team that won in Louisville, played on some President Cup teams. Really good player.
Big belt
then he
buckle
just
guy.
disappeared. Yeah, big belt buckle guy, vanished. And the rumor was that, he had an injury settlement and that prohibited him from playing professional golf. So the question is, does that specifically say the PGA Tour, the Asian Tour, the European Tour, which is now the DP Tour, I think, or does it specifically say all professional golf? Because you're right. Like, if Anthony Kim suddenly shows up on the LIV Golf Tour because of a loophole, wow,
That'd be amazing.
That would be like he's the great white whale in professional golf. Like, you can get the Anthony Kim interview. Like, Anthony Kim sightings are like Yetis, or freaking.
People are taking pictures of people that just look like Anthony.
I hope he
alien,
comes back in.
know?
I hope he comes. I hope he does. I hope there is a loophole and he can play because I do want to see him back on the course. And about how big of a story that would be. That'd be
He's
awesome.
definitely on the DP tour.
Jeez.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay.
It would be something, man. It would be something.
Trey, I appreciate.
I'm avoiding it.
Yeah.
I'm avoiding
Thank you.
I'm just avoiding it.
Thank you. Please, that's what you gotta do sometimes. Ignore them. I appreciate you coming on. I am going to take your long shots and I'm going to take your boost. Is there another bet within this weekend?
One more.
Here we go. That's what I want to hear.
One more. I'll give you another hint. Will Zalatoris.
Love
Will Zalatoris. If you look in
parting
5
stroke?
of his last 7 majors, I think he's plus 2,200. Have you seen his finishes in his last 7 majors? Let me find them for you.
Is it all top tens, right?
They're all top tens. One withdrawal and 1 cut. He withdrew from something. I think last year's U.S. Open. He was cut, I think, at the Open Championship. But everything else, 6, 8, 6, 5, and finished second at the PGA Championship in that playoff with Justin Thomas. So
he's right there, plus 2,200, right?
I think Will Zalatoris is his game is made for majors, but it's very rare that your first tour win comes in a major. But it just might be for that kid, Will Zalatoris. And by the way, I'm sure you've noticed, looks exactly like Happy Gilmore's original caddy.
Yes, he does. He looks exactly like him. So
That
that's
one,
gotta be-
dipshit.
He actually has that on his wedges. He has that on his
Does he?
wedges.
I
Happy
love
Gilmore.
that. I love that. He's one of my favorite players. I actually got to meet him once. He's awesome. I'm pulling for him. Trey, I appreciate this. Next time we have a major, the next major, I hope we can get you back on here because you do give us a ton of insight. I will put a muzzle on Lloyd next time so he doesn't ask any dumb questions and make some dumb comments. But it's
Let's
great.
put a muzzle and a buzz cut.
Yeah,
on Lloyd.
I want to actually. I told him he needs like cornrow it. I want him to cornrow it. But
Let's
I don't know
go
if he wants to do that.
Let's go full metal jacket there and see what he
Yeah,
looks like.
Yes.
Hey, you bring me to Hawaii, we can do whatever we want.
There you go.
Put a little flower in the hair.
Jeez.
There's not enough live money for that.
Thank you.
Hey, coach, what? 8 handicap. Let's go play.
Trey, I appreciate it, man. Enjoy the sun, enjoy the beach, enjoy the golf courses out there in Hawaii.
have.
I can't wait to have you back on. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. We'll do it for the Open Championship in July. Take care.
Absolutely appreciate it.
What a hero.
He's a rock star.
Absolute legend.
You crushed it. This is right up your alley right there.
I know. I feel like I know him.
He handles you well.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what I'm saying. I grew up watching Trey Wingo on. That was my guy. I was like, oh wait, I like
he was
his
NFL draft. That's what he was all. But he's the same guy, and he's like seems like he's very down to earth. He'd be a great guy to play with on the golf course.
absolutely.
Very conversation. I feel like he can hold a conversation with
And he's
anybody.
funny and like doesn't take anything serious. I mean, that's why he's in Hawaii.
That's what I'm saying. That was the first guy I saw on SportsCenter that was like, oh, you don't have to take this seriously.
And Kenny Mayne.
You can Kenny Mayne is
and
my
Kenny.
great weight.
Kenny,
Oh my
Kenny,
God.
Caesars. He's with Kenny. Kenny is with Caesars too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Kenny on the show.
Kenny, I would be more.
Kenny's a
I would
tennis
be-
guy.
yeah.
Kenny loves tennis.
But he's so sarcastic that we would
Yeah.
be going blow for blow.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think I can go
Hey,
toe to
bold
toe with
move.
Kenny Mayne.
Bold move dropping the DP comment in there.
I knew he would sprint right past that one.
Wow, I was like, oof. I mean, it threw me for a loop. I'm like,
He
Jesus.
did it. He
And then
kept
I didn't know if
looking
he
at me. I'm
caught
like,
on
Lloyd,
to it.
I know exactly what you were doing. Stop.
Yeah, I don't know if he caught on. He was like, I'm just gonna go right past it. I'm just not gonna go. I'm like, wow, he's great. He handles it.
Great.
awesome.
That's what I'm saying. He's been in much bigger pickles than me,
Yeah.
holding his.
And
feet
then
to the
I
fire.
fumbled over my words, and I didn't say, so you're okay with it. That's not what I meant. Obviously, like, you're okay with all this stuff. I meant like, hey, like, you don't have an issue with them having another tour basically on to compete with the PGA
No,
Tour.
the PGA needs that. They
Yeah,
needed
I
somebody
agree.
to kind of hold their feet to the fire a little bit, and that's why headline grabbed you so that wouldn't get caught up. Now everybody's talking about the DP instead. You're welcome. I'll dial on that sword.
I appreciate that. But like we were saying before Trey got on here, we have a giveaway. We have a promotion. We have something to where you can hang out with us and play with us and drink with us and make fun of my golf swing. Anything you want to do. Lloyd has the best golf swing in all of us.
No.
We're here for personality, and we're here for, every now and then I'll boom a drive. That's about it. J. Mitch, what you got on the
Every
course?
now and then I'll drop a nice chip in there. That's about it.
Are you left-handed or right-handed on the golf course?
Come on now.
All right. Well,
But we have fun. We have a lot of fun. We're gonna play on a nice
Well,
course.
I'm very bad. I'm just not near as bad as you probably think it is.
Right.
I don't think you're bad at all. You're too athletic to be like. You wouldn't want to do it if you were like bad.
Yeah.
Athletes don't embarrass themselves very often. Like you wouldn't do it if you're like, this is
Yeah,
not
it's
a
not
good look for
embarrassing.
me. Yeah, exactly.
It's not embarrassing.
Yeah.
But
See, I can embarrass myself. There's a 120 in there for me somewhere.
no, I've seen you play. You have a good swing. You have a nice swing. You hit the ball right down the middle of the fairway.
Not very
You
long.
good? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
accurate. I mean, I can hit mine as far as I want. Sometimes it's not anywhere where I want it to be.
Sometimes it's 350 on the green.
Sometimes it's 350 on the green, but sometimes
Make
it's not.
par.
And you make par because it was I was in a tough spot of the green. Okay, par 4, tough spot.
350 on the green.
Yeah.
Make
But
I'll leave it bat 130. Chip it up.
Here-
There you go.
here is the.
I'll catch up to you.
Honestly, if I'm in the middle of the fairway, sometimes I just should putt. Just let me just
Oh,
take my
Texas
putter out.
wedge.
Let me just Texas wedge this thing all the way up there. But here's how it's gonna work. We are going to set aside. There's no assigned date or course that we are going to play on. We're gonna live it. We're gonna leave it up.
To
Can't
live.
talk tonight. Leave it up to the live. I wish Liv was sponsoring. That'd be great. We're gonna leave it up to
Cut your
whoever
hands
wins.
off.
Whoever wins, Caesar Sports is going to fund it for us. They are going to pay for all the drinks and the food and the round and all of our fun, right? So all you have to do is sign up using our Caesar. Which is so stupid. Sign up using our promo code. You have to download the app. Sign up using Mik'd15. Take a screenshot after showing that you have signed up, deposited money, and made a bet. That's all you have to do, right? You have to use our promo code to sign up, deposit money, make one bet, take a screenshot to prove that you have signed up, and either email it to us at Katie, or the email is katie@fm.co.
EFF.
EFFEMM.co. Katie, Katie. Katie at EFFEMM.co. You can email it to her, or you can DM us on any of our social media outlets, and we will cipher through all of the entries, and we'll have a randomizer, and we'll pick a random person to win. Now, if you've already have the Caesars app,
Only one winner, or I know it put you on the spot, but I'm just thinking
one
about
or
this.
two. I have to ask. Maybe it's a winner and a guest. I have to ask the Caesar parameters, but there will be us three, and then I think they'll probably let us have a fivesome on the course. So maybe
Absolutely.
two. But if you've already signed up for the Caesars app, even if you didn't use our promo code, and you can't because you already signed up, that is okay. Screenshot the fact that you actually have money and you're an active Caesar Sportsbook bettor, and email those pictures to us as well, and you will qualify to win too.
Absolutely, you don't have to just use the promo code.
No, and this is
everybody's game.
Right, and this is in honor of the U.S. Open, so it's going to be a week-long thing. We're going to be promoting it all week. We got Jack in here, our social media director. He's going to be out there pubbing it, pushing it. Remember, Mik'd15, have to deposit money, make a bet, screenshot it, email, or message us, DM us, slide in our DMs, whatever you want to do, and we're going to cipher through it. It's going to be fun. We always have a really, really good time on the course. Have a couple pops. We can, if you like to gamble on the course, we can throw some money down on a hole, close to the pin, long drive, whatever you want to do.
Wolf hammer.
Yeah, well, maybe a little wolf. Wolf. We don't know. We can do whatever we want to do, or we can just go out there, have fun, tell stories, laugh, and basically have an episode of the show on the golf course with our fans.
Thinking about
That's happening anyway.
Yeah, we're bringing cameras, obviously. Like, we're going to have some. Yeah, of course.
We might have to get a little.
It'll be
mic.
videoed. It'll be videoed, and it'll be good. And it's going to be, if you want to be on camera and you want to be on our YouTube channel and you want to have some fun with us, sign up to go. Support the show. We appreciate everybody that's been following and talking to us and telling us that they like it, but this is going to be fun.
If we can guarantee anything, it'll be fun.
I can guarantee that.
I can guarantee fun.
Like, that's no doubt. So that's our promo. Mik'd15, download the Caesars app, upload the money, make a bet, screenshot it, and send it to us. It's really not that hard, to be honest with you. And if you're wondering about the bets and you're wondering about what bets you should make, Daddy made some money this past weekend, boys. I almost doubled my money based off of college baseball and the NBA Finals. Has been good to me. But I looked at my account this morning, and boy, am I having fun.
Don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback. Now I got a little ways to go to get back to you.
So much baseball
A little
left.
ways, so much baseball left. You got the World
Bad
Series.
Bad news for Caesars.
Hey, and the great thing about the World Series is there's possibly 4 SEC West teams, which we're pretty freaking comfortable with and familiar with to make bets, right? And we've been pretty spot on about what's going on and about who we're going to win. And I'm pretty sure you, Jared Mitchell, said that I don't think Tennessee's going to make out their super regional. Did you or did you not say that?
I didn't say that. I actually said
you said
I
win the
saw
whole
them
thing.
making it, out of their super regional. Didn't see them winning the whole thing.
And they didn't. You know why?
But it's funny though, because the first real adverse situation they came up with, no good. They folded like a lawn chair.
Talk
like,
about
real quick.
Talk about not being fun in the face of public opinion, bro. Like they're not very well liked.
They got the homer, the 2-run homer. By the way, which should in any stadium be a double. But that little
they're
Cracker
fans
Jack
of
box that they've played,
Jack
the
box.
Cracker Jack box that they've played on, that they've grown to be the world's best hitting team. Whatever, whatever. That they came to bite them in their own ass, right? They get the homer hit on them, then the next one hit on them, and you could almost see like that game was over right there.
Yeah.
They folded so quick in that game, that was over right there.
Not only did the team fold, the fans started to fold.
Everybody.
They're throwing trash onto the field. I was like, this is glorious.
That's the second time this year they're throwing trash on the field.
your own
That's
field?
not on their own fields.
On your own
not
field?
away field, their own fields they're trashing.
This is unbelievable.
Not even near the umpire either. You just
You're
down the first base line.
Hey, it wasn't like first game wasn't close. Now,
No.
obviously they blew Notre Dame's doors off the second game.
Yeah.
And the third game was just like if you're the
Third game was a game.
if you're the most talented team in the country, like you say you are, and you want to be as cocky
First
as you
off,
are, you got to win that.
I'm trying to figure out too. I'm just gonna say this. Like I guess we're not here really to coach, but why on earth was the starter still in the game at that point?
I don't know.
You had the whole bullpen ready. Like it's 3-1. There's a runner on. It's the 7th inning. Coach, take him
Take
out
him
of
out.
there.
It's over.
Yeah,
you
He's
did good.
done.
You did good enough.
He's done. Like what else do you want him to do? But
He
whatever.
had a fresh pin too because Dollander threw game 2.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm just happy that they're not there. I'm happy that I don't have to watch the antics. Look, listen.
Yeah.
It's college baseball. There's a lot of energy and there's a lot of passion within college baseball, within college sports in general. I loved it. That's what I like. That's why I love college sports so much. We had it. We were very energetic. We would get hyped. But there's a difference between being hyped and energetic and passionate and then being bush.
There's a difference between celebrating and enjoying your own team and then flipping off the center fielder as
Yeah.
you're rounding first.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
And then getting tossed. You're the center fielder who's one of the better players, and you get tossed, and you wonder why you get tossed. It's just like, listen, things happen. Look, I can't say I've been tossed before. I've never been tossed. I was never tossed in a college baseball
Ever
game.
tossed in college, yeah.
I've been tossed in professional baseball a few times. Once, I think 3 times in my career, right? And emotions get the best of you. Things happen. Things are said that you probably wish you could go back. But at that point, you're a professional, and money's coming out of your pocket if you get suspended. Right now, you're in college. You get suspended for the second game.
I would vow to say, like, we talked more shit in college than I have on any team I've ever played with in pro ball.
Right.
But my point to it is, you just know in college, like, you can't argue balls and strikes because you gone. Like, it's not a thing.
Not only balls and strikes, it was 1-0 count. It was the first strike of the inning, and he flipped his lid. It's like what? And then he actually goes,
What?
What'd you
What
think
do you
was
mean,
gonna
what?
happen,
You looked
bro?
at him and cussed him out. What you think was
And then
gonna
the
happen?
pitching coach goes out there. Where's the hitting coach? Why is the pitching coach getting tossed for you?
I think he was taken up for it. He didn't want Tony V to
Yeah,
get
he
the.
didn't want Vitale.
Well, then let the hitting coach do that.
I mean, they're in disarray, dude.
I
They
know,
were
there's-
just
there was a lot of
all
stuff
over
that
it.
goes
Hey,
on
but here's
over
my
there.
thing.
It's a
That
fraternity.
team is being touted as like one of the most talented teams ever in college baseball, and they didn't make it to the Super. I mean, they didn't make it to the to Omaha out of the Super. That's a disappointment.
Yeah.
That is kind of embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
No,
It's
if you're
really
gonna act that way, that's
They
embarrassing.
went wire to
Wire.
the wire that took them out of the tournament
the wrong
as like obviously the number 1 team, and well they're at home. They're gonna watch
Yeah.
with us.
I mean, you got.
If
it's
y'all
gonna
want to come
be-
on, y'all can come on too. We could talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it if you want.
We could talk about
We
it.
can talk about it. We're talking about it. Let's talk about it.
I'll tag Drew Gilbert on Twitter.
I bet he would come on. I would imagine.
Let's go.
they'd be
Let's
like,
talk
"Look,
about
it."
they're loose cannons. They
Let's
got
talk
free
about
reign.
it. I love that. Let's talk about it. And
He's gonna
look,
drop 10 F-bombs in the first 2.
That's
it's okay.
fine.
I'm good with
I
it.
felt like I was watching the NWA
It was unbelievable.
or NWO.
I mean, you have
Actually, I felt like I was watching the
NWO.
NWO.
Yeah.
But the only thing is this is not scripted. Like
Right.
they don't script who wins the
Right.
matches. Like
I mean, you have like the field, the Omaha field is actually pretty exciting, right? Like you have Notre Dame, who's obviously kind of the Cinderella. They upset the best, the
Terrible
David and
uniforms.
Goliath, but they have won like 40 games.
but
I think.
wait, wasn't they number one at one point during the season this year?
Notre Dame?
They were
No,
up there in
they
the
were
top
they were
five
like
for
in
a
the top
while.
5 or top 10. Like they're a good team,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, okay.
And obviously they're swinging the bat better because it's later on in the year. You have Texas A&M, which I'm very, very invested in Texas A&M because of one of our best friends is a recruiting coordinator. He is coming on in 8 minutes on the show.
Send him a link.
Did you send him a link? Perfect. You're good. You're doing a lot of producing. I love that. And so he's in there. They went from worst to first. They weren't supposed to be very good this year in the SEC West. They come in. They don't just win the West. They are a national seed and first team to put their name in the Omaha 2-0, swept the Supers. You have them two. You have Ole Miss, who was number one in the country early on in the season, went through this big middle of the season stretch where they weren't good, ended up hot, beat the brakes off of Southern Miss. Southern Miss didn't score one run.
Goose egg.
They looked past Ole Miss.
Yeah, they must
Goose
have.
egg.
not
They were
one
still
run.
too worried about us, but you know whatever.
0 run. They
happens.
loved.
My
They were
Twitter
worried about
on
the
Friday
mic'd
night.
up. Mic'd up got in their head.
You did that for Coach Bianco. That's good. You got to win. You got a dub.
I think I should get some credit for that. I was
They were-
distracting.
Yeah, I mean
You
they were so mad that we talked about hosting a super. They just forgot that they were not already in the.
They
World
forgot
Series.
they had to. They forgot they had to play their big brother. Is what happened.
You got to get out of the once you get out of the regional, you got to keep playing.
But listen,
like, the season.
I don't wanna-
Youngest of 3, Southern Miss.
I mean, I don't want to talk because they've won 40+ games over the last 3 or 4 years. They've been very good. This is the first time I've ever hosted a super.
Yeah.
You know, look, they've been good, and they were good this year, and they beat us, and they were the better team. But they got the brakes beat off of them by Ole Miss. 10-0 and 5-0. 7 hits, 0 runs, 2 games. See ya. That's what happens, and that's okay.
Never
it happens,
ending.
but
Happens.
LSU just wore. They had to play some effect of what LSU did to them. A 3 grinder series. Of
I mean, I don't know
all
how much
the
of
arms.
I don't know how much of an effect it had on them. I just know that Ole Miss was
is
super
hot.
hot, and they were the last team in the field. They come back in and they take care of the Miami Regional, like no problems, no issues. Come into Southern Miss, take care of that series, no issues. Like they are. I wouldn't be surprised. I may put a future on them.
Already got a future.
I know
on
you
him.
did because your friend told you.
Yeah, that's when he was hot.
That's when he was hot. That's when I was listening to him. I'm not listening to him anymore.
I
I'm
know he
making my
knows.
own
He's
bets.
like, is he taking my bets blindly, or is he looking at him? He's like, he's not taking him anymore at all.
I'm making my own bets now.
Well, also, like after a big emotional win like that over LSU, you always have that emotional letdown.
Yeah.
Or most cases, like
Well, especially when
the
you're not
highs of
used-
highs,
when you're
you
not
kinda
used
just
to it.
can't get that energy back up to what it was.
Right.
And Ole
the
Miss
weekend
linked
before.
in and was just like 10-0, 5-0, thanks, see ya.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, Bianco. I thought I was fired.
How about the true
Yeah,
freshman
almost
just
fired.
shoving in game 2?
Yeah, dealing.
True freshman
Yes.
just.
Dealing, and that's kind of
What
we
did he do?
missed.
That left side.
But you also got Texas. Texas is going to be in Omaha. They're obviously a blue blood. They have 6 national championships. You have the what's the guy's nickname? Because it is an awesome nickname.
The Texas guy,
Yeah.
Hispanic Titanic.
The Hispanic Titan.
Oh, the guy that has
mean-
like 70 homers.
Yeah.
Yes, that I mean you can't get. I mean he had a home run on Friday. Not one soul on the baseball field moved. Not one person moved on the base. He hit a home run to the trees, and this is no joke. He hit it, and the outfielder and the shortstop just went. They didn't even look at the ball. They just looked at home run. Like, holy shit! And then I'm waiting for them to see this ball. And this ball is over the trees.
They didn't
into
even
the
show
parking
it. You
lot.
couldn't even see.
Couldn't even see it. And it's like a nice, easy, loose swing. And I'm like, oh my God. And then he's got 32 homers. He's going to have 100 RBIs by the end of the year. And he's hitting 420. I mean, if he doesn't win, the
I
Golden
couldn't
Spikes
help but
award-
laugh. After the long delay, they came back.
And he hit a 3-run homer, and they got.
Well,
delayed
they
game.
hit the home. He hits the homer, but like the next inning when they come back after the delay, the shortstop for ECU hits a single and he's on first and he's going crazy and I could see they pan to him and he's like in his glove like, bro, y'all still down like.
Yeah.
I get to bet
on
3 more
first,
times.
Well, then Texas scored like 3 or 4 more in the second inning when they came back.
Yeah.
Because they walked him to load the bases.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not hitting a 3-run homer again.
Yeah, we're out on you. We're not
And
pitching
then
you.
2 guys behind him hit 2 doubles, I think.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I feel bad for Cliff and ECU because they
They're
had
so
it.
close.
They had it. 7-2.
Literally right here.
7-2.
That
Give up
had
the
that
game.
had LSU UC Irvine written all over it. 2008. Lose the first game, down 7-2 in like the 8th.
And then
And then
but here's the
blow
thing:
out the next game.
you go up and you take the lead 8-7, and then ECU hits a home run the ninth to tie it. I'm like, oh my God, they may
They're
like,
actually going to do it.
yeah, they may actually like they fight this thing off, and they get walked off in the bottom of the ninth. I'm like, damn. Also, I think it's stupid that you have to switch home field in the regional.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Well, you'd have to be. So you want them to be home field all 3 games?
You earned home field,
you
didn't you?
earned it.
It's your regional.
But that's how baseball has been forever. Like
I know, but
anytime
it's
you go
your
to a
super-
tournament.
If that's the case, then why are we not doing it at neutral sites? Like, we might as well just go to a neutral site.
Oh, do you think it's that important to be able to bat? I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
think about
batting
it.
last
It's
is
huge.
important,
Why
but I'm
are
saying-
they giving them a chance to do it then? If it's not important.
Because look at ECU, it's the jungle, dude. That's a home.
Oh,
That's
That is
exactly.
their
No,
atmosphere.
yeah.
Their
Old Alex
atmosphere
Box.
is exactly like old Alex
agree.
Box, and you know why it's like old Alex Box? Because Cliff Godwin coached at LSU at old
Yeah.
Alex Box Stadium. When he took the ECU job, he said that is the best. That was the best baseball atmosphere he's ever been a part of. And he tried to emulate that in ECU, and he's done it. I mean, you have balls going to the wall and people hanging
People
over.
are
babies
hanging
on
over the wall.
and I'm like,
Hey,
this
that
is
wall
awesome.
ain't very tall either, coach. So
No,
like, they're right there.
not tall. Like these people are right in your fucking grill.
It was awesome. That makes me. I mean, I'm old enough to remember old Alex Box. Whenever there was, I don't remember what super regional it was, but they had people on the chalk. There were people it was standing room only. They flipped over and just let them sit in the bullpen. Like anybody can come get it. Like everybody's coming to the games, and obviously I understand what the new Alex Box is. It's awesome. It looks
Look,
great.
there's things that are going to be changed.
but,
There are some
man,
changes.
That brought me back to like.
There are
holy
some
shit,
changes.
I want this back.
There are some changes that have to be made to the Alex Box Stadium
Shrink
to
it.
make the atmosphere. Not necessarily shrink it. You just got to add a younger, dynamic.
But you're
to
not
the
in the
stadium.
like you saw how much they were in the game. It's hard when you got one sect of people in right field
Well,
and that's it.
You have to make it like I think they need to add a berm. They need to add like a concourse and they need to add something in the outfield
All
to
along
where
the outfield wall, what I just saw.
Yeah, to where it makes it like take the bleacher seats out and add something else. Like do something to where they are right there in your face, in your grill, where the energy matters. Right? Do something where you put the student section in the bullpen.
I wish the student section would move all the way to the left field line.
Yeah.
And be in the bullpen.
And put them in their bullpen so you work on their you wear
In
them
there.
out.
Bullpen and wrap it around the left field pole so you can literally be right here with the guys in the bullpen and or on the left field.
But you know what? Give 2 student sections. Give one there and one there.
If you look, the people that want to go to the games are the students. There's so many kids that played high school baseball
No
that
doubt.
love LSU that want to be there,
Right.
but they don't give you a spot to go. Like
Right.
everything
Yeah.
is so stuffy. You sit
And
along
then-
like, why are you talking? It's like, okay, I'm just gonna go. Like now you're selling beer here.
You compare it. You can compare it to. You got something to say?
Yeah, so like not only is it all the way in right field, the security out there
It's unbelievable.
is Karens and whatever the male equivalent of a Karen is. They don't let you yell anything.
Chad.
They don't
Chad.
they don't let you yell anything. If you yell anything semi bad, they toss you out. They'll call the cops on you. It's
So,
like
like, we gotta
we
loosen
can't
this
even
thing
get in the
up a
right
little
fielder's
bit.
head without them
You
having
need
a problem
what
with
we
it.
need to do is you need to take some seats out and you need to add like whether it be a berm, whatever it is, and that is the student section. Like Ole Miss has the right field, like that's the spot. That's where all the students go. That's where there's really no rules. If you're there, as long as you're not running around butt ass naked and doing something stupid or going on the
Who's
field,
to say you
you're there.
can't?
Maybe you want to do that, whatever. But
You
you're
may
there.
not last long,
Yeah,
but-
you may not be there for long, but that's okay. You're there and you have a little liquid courage, and that is what gets injured. You think that the student section would be as fun in Tiger Stadium if they were really strict on making sure you didn't bring
I was
alcohol into the
literally
stadium?
just about to say, like, let's
You've
be
seen
honest.
me in the studio. You've
Hey,
seen
the,
me.
the entire stadium in Tiger Stadium, like it gets rowdy, right? But like we all know where the juice is.
Right.
Like you were looking in that end zone in that corner. We all know where the
Hey,
juice is.
there's a reason
thing in
why
the
somebody
PMAC.
does something good on the football field, and where do they go? The
To the-
student section,
exactly.
because that's where they get all the energy from, right? You don't have that. And listen, Chris Giat's great, and the Go Tigers thing is awesome, but that's not going to give the guys on the field and the crowd all the juice that they need anymore. That's just not going to do it. So if you want to be able to put yourself in that spot, then you need to make some changes on the field, right? And I think there's a lot of good atmospheres. Texas A&M's atmosphere is good. Ole Miss's atmosphere is good.
Yeah, wait.
Arkansas's- They are in baseball. It
A&M,
is.
you would blow some bubbles.
Well, listen, it's a little cultish.
Bring back the Mississippi State with the grills. Fly
Mississippi
ball.
State with the grill, like
But see, when you talk about all of these places, look at what they have. They're all wrapped around the entire outfield wall.
with
LSU
you.
has nothing like that. They're
I'm with you.
It's weird. It's
they're
weird
obsessed
because
with the hitter's eye.
all we
with
had the old stadium was bleachers, but for whatever reason, it felt like the bleachers literally was sitting on the wall.
It was 1,000
Well,
degrees.
and right field at least. In right field, at least there's a big walkway in front of the
Yeah.
bleachers.
See, like,
So
get
they're further
get,
away.
Get me
No, that's what I'm
in.
saying.
And they won't let you stand on there unless there's absolutely no room in the bleachers. Like, you can't stand there, they'll tell you to go sit.
Is he on?
Speaking of bubbles.
Speaking of bubbles, he's listening to you. He says he's listening to you. He says, "Shut up, Lloyd. You're stupid."
No, that's not what he said.
That's not what
I
he
get
said.
to hear
That's
him
not
right
what he
now.
said.
You want to bring him in?
No, we're gonna take a little break. Take 30-second
Okay.
break. Let's get him set up, and we'll come back. You're watching Miked Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive.
Got great lighting in this house. Oh, he's blowing bubbles right now.
They need to move the student section for basketball, too. Stuck us behind the goal.
Yeah, for sure.
LSU got to figure it out.
Mic'd Up is brought to you by Law Offices of Lance Beal. Call them today, 337-991-6263. They know what it takes to win. Their practice areas include personal injury, small business, family law, estate planning, with an emphasis in construction law. Your choice for reliable representation. 337-991-6263. Hey y'all, it's Mikey from Mic'd Up. I want to talk a little bit about my friends down at Sterling Automotive in Lafayette. They're locally owned and operated for over 25 years. They have 13 locations, 4 in Opelousas, 5 in Lafayette, 1 in Broussard, 2 in Jennings, 1 in Crowley. They sell any type of car you could possibly find: Buicks, GMC, Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Genesis, and Kia, along with 5 pre-owned locations. They have over 1,500 cars in inventory on site. Unbelievable service, unbelievable people. If you're like me and you're on the go, they can sell and they can ship you cars up to 200 miles away. If you're like me and you're always on the go, they offer complimentary delivery up to 250 miles, which is unbelievably convenient. Again, my friends down at Sterling Automotive in Lafayette, awesome people. Go check them out. If you want to check them out, lunch segment is brought to you by Doe's Eat Place. Maybe the best burger in town. If you're not looking for lunch, you're looking for dinner, go check out Doe's Eat Place. They have unbelievable choice of meats. They have unbelievable tamales. They have a great atmosphere, great vibes. If you're looking for a homey Louisiana type of atmosphere, but you're looking for high quality food, Doe's Eat Place is your spot. Go in the back bar, sit at the bar, have a couple drinks, watch some games, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy the vibes. Check out Doe's Eat Place, the best place in Baton Rouge to get your meats. Welcome back to Mic'd Up. We're brought to you by Sterling. I am mad at Lloyd because he played the wrong ad, and I don't like listening to myself talk, right? But that's not the point. That's not the point. We have my good friend, former teammate, former LSU recruiting coordinator, now current Texas A&M recruiting coordinator, and now obviously the Omaha bound Texas A&M Aggies. We like to call him Bear Trap, Nolan Cain. Welcome to the show, man. Thanks for coming on. First time caller, long time listener.
Wow. It's just an honor. I cannot believe you and Jared Mitchell have a show.
Yeah, well, look, we try.
Hey, listen, if you would have had a crystal ball back then, would you see this going this way right now or what?
I think one of the first episodes I caught on Twitter was when y'all had Chad Jones in, or y'all were telling Chad Jones stories. And the ones about Omaha were just absolutely unbelievable.
Hey,
like when he told Gruey game time only.
Hey, wait, you were the one who had to go get him. You had to go get him.
Yeah, we had practiced that morning. We were all getting showered up, to get on the bus to go to the airport to go to Omaha, and I throw my bullpen. It's terrible because I'm just an average player.
Great recruiter.
But at the end, Gru is like, "Hey man, go get Jared. Go get Chad. He's got to throw a bullpen." I was like, "All right, I'll go get him." So I walk in, up the dugout, up the stairs into the door, take a right into the locker room. Right as I'm opening up the locker room door, Chad comes out. Water in his dreads, backpack on. We're not even in school. I don't know why he's got a backpack on.
I do.
And I'm like, dang, Chad, Gruey needs you to throw a bullpen. He goes, tell him I left already. Walked right out the door into his, what was that car he had, Jared? That Dodge, what was that? The hatchback.
Durango?
The Challenger.
The long bullet one, the one that looks like the Batman car.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The Magnum.
The Magnum.
Yes, that's
Fitting.
it, the Magnum.
Oh
He went to
man,
McDonald's and got some food and came back.
that's so funny.
It was
Already
great.
left.
Just so talented.
He's so talented. He's the best too. He's a great teammate. Great teammate.
Yes, unbelievable.
I was telling him, we told the story. He had a standing ovation in Omaha that year because of the batting practice he took and how far he was hitting balls. It was unbelievable how talented he was.
I mean, the one at Rosenblatt, and it was like the right center field, right to the right of the batter's eye, that like cleared out of the stadium,
Yeah.
and everybody was just like,
Whoa.
Mid BP.
Oh man. No, dude. Talk to me about this series. Y'all have been obviously beginning of the season. Everybody was saying, "Oh, they're the surprise team of the SEC. They're a surprise team of the West." Nobody expected you to get where y'all got. And then as the season went on, I feel like the confidence kept going and kept building, and y'all went from the surprise team to they are the best team in the West to they're a national seed to now we swept through our regional and super regional. We were the first team to put our name in Omaha. Talk about the journey, talk about the ride, and this is the first time you've been at another school other than LSU. So talk about the difference between here and there, and what made y'all so successful so early.
I think the biggest thing that made us successful is, Coach Childress was amazing, and if there's no such thing as COVID, they're definitely in Omaha in was that 2020, and had Asa Lacey and Roa. He had all these guys that were going in the first, second round. They had a bunch of super talented position players as well. And then they lost those guys to that 5-round draft that year. And then last year it just didn't click for them, and they made a change. But Rob's a close friend of mine, amazing coach, and went to 13 straight regionals, went to Omaha twice. And if it wasn't for TCU and Coach Schlossnagel while he was there, it may have been 4 trips to the College World Series during that time. And Coach Schlossnagel came over. He called me one night. I didn't even have his number in my phone. I just had watched him from a distance and had always, held TCU in high regard. And I loved the way they played the game, and I loved the offense that they had and the structure of it. And very similar to LSU, with, trying to build it based off of, pitching and defense and that kind of stuff. So very, very similar philosophies to Paul. But, he called me one night and we talked for like 50 minutes. And then the next day he called and offered me the job. At that point, LSU had not made a hire yet, and talked to some people that I really trusted. And that's when, for me, it really became, that's when it was really like, hey, this is a business.
Right.
This is what I want to do. Coach Maneri, LSU, that gave me this platform to, do the things that I've done and build a name in this industry. But it is a business. You have wife, you have kids, you've got things you got to take care of. And, it's been a great transition. Coach Schlossnagel is amazing. Our pitching coach, Nate Yeske, me and him have been pretty close for about 5 or 6 years, met on the recruiting trail, have stayed in touch throughout the years. Our hitting coach, Michael Early, who Jared Mitchell played with the White Sox, I believe. Young guy, couple of years younger than us, has been in the thick of it at Arizona State, where he had Torkelson and Bishop and all these guys. The guy's been coaching for like 3 or 4 years. Yeah. He's already got a first-round first pick, and then the guy's already made it to the big leagues. Right. So he's amazing at what he does. So it's just a really good blend of guys that are good at what they do. No egos, come to the office every day, trying to make Texas A&M into, one of the best programs in the entire country. And, you asked about this year, it was crazy. I get here and, we got right into the transfer portal immediately. And the first guy we grabbed out was Dylan Rock, grad transfer from UTSA, and, got him over for a visit and got him done. He had played against us when I was at LSU the year before, and he didn't have like the most unbelievable series with his numbers, but everything was loud, athletic, the same player you see now in a really good offensive structure. And he's 22 years old, and he's made those jumps in his game. And, now he's one of the best hitters in the SEC. And we've got, just guys, goes down the list of just offensive players. I'm not trying to knock Tennessee or anything. They had an amazing year and they're a great offensive team. But if you look,
knock them. We've been knocking.
But if you look at just the SEC games, I mean, we were number one in batting average. We were number one in on base percentage. We were number one in hits. We were number one in run scored and RBI and base on balls. We felt like we had the best, offense just during the SEC games, which is ultimately what matters. And we're super proud about that. And we're fired up for the future, man.
No, man, you speak about a former teammate of mine as well. Michael Early is one of the driest, most sarcastic, but most like he's very polarizing when you meet him. Obviously, he's very new in the game, and he's really trailblazed his way, like you said, through a job at Arizona State to where now he's parlayed it into getting here, and now he's on another national stage about to go to Omaha. Can you talk about how big he's been for the staff y'all have there, and for those kids to be able to learn from him and kind of be able to work with him?
Well, when you come in with that type of resume of just the players that you've worked with, right off the bat, right? And, it's not like Spencer Torkelson was like this, big time prospect out of high school. The kid, was dying to sign for 200, 300 grand and it just didn't happen for him. He went to school and him and Mike's made some swing adjustments. And then, Mike said, he only hit one homer in the fall or two homers in the fall that he was there. And then they just were continuously working on things and learning to pull the ball the right way. And Jared, Mikey, this as you get older, how much better would you have been in college baseball if you knew then what you know now, right? Just about your swing. I mean, if you go backwards, what would your numbers have been like? And Mike's big thing is, with certain guys and certain body types is if you can learn to pull the ball properly, that'll set up your swing to be able to take the ball the other way. Right. Yeah. So, and people don't realize that. And we use the entire field in our first rounds of batting practice are all opposite field. And if you can't move the baseball and stay on the baseball, it's going to be really tough to crack into our lineup. But he's just got a really good way about him. Like I said, he's got the resume, so kids are going to listen. But he's got that good 50-50 mix of good cop, bad cop. He can get into you, he can jump you, but he can also put his arm around you and get in the cage early in the day with you and iron some things out. And I think that's what kids are looking for these days is somebody that can relate to them. And I think sometimes the best, Mike was a good player and played professional baseball. Obviously, he didn't make it to the big leagues, but sometimes, the best coaches are maybe not necessarily the guys that made it to the big leagues, So he understands the grind and he's there and, the best ability is availability as a coach, and he's always available to these guys.
Talk to me about this. The SEC West, Tennessee lost. SEC had a chance to have 5 teams make it to Omaha. Tennessee's out. SEC West has a chance to have 4. How hard? SEC West, obviously, everybody knows how good they are in football. That's probably the number 1 conference or division in all of college football. Yeah. I would agree. I would argue that it's the same in baseball. How special is the SEC and how deep is the SEC that one division, one side of the SEC can have 4 teams in the final 8 of college baseball?
It's just an absolute gauntlet meat grinder of a league, man. Like, it's never as good as it seems. It's never as bad as it seems. You're never as good as you think you are, and you're certainly never as bad as you think you are. I mean, I did a rundown, and, when we first all got together, obviously I grew up in this league playing, and where I cut my teeth coaching. So, you have a good understanding of the league. And I think one of the things that, Coach Neri would always say was, your season's going to be defined on what you do in 1- and 2-run ball games. And he had a lot of success with that over his career. And, so I really started digging into that. And there's only so far you can go back without, losing your mind. But, if you look at the last 3 years, just SEC games, it's like 41% of them are 1- or 2-run ball games. Right. If you're not battle tested, you're so battle tested when you go through this league that you're ready to play the 2 1-run ball games that we just played against Louisville, who's an amazing team who can certainly play in the SEC and thrive in the SEC. They're a great program, but when you're battle tested because you've gone to LSU and played in front of 12,000, or you've gone to Arkansas and played in front of 12,000, or you go to Mississippi State and Lord knows how many people they jam into
Yeah,
that.
you know, I got hit with a hot dog one
14
time at
passes.
LSU. Did I ever tell you that story when I got hit by a hot dog by John Grisham?
Hey, Arthur?
And, oh God,
Coach
are we
Mary
breaking
story.
those out right now?
No, we can if you want. We can if you want.
but it's just, you know, unbelievable. There's so many big leaguers, you know, you're playing against other, you know, guys that are going to sign for $1 million, $2 million on Friday, Saturday night. It's a grind, man. And I love it. And our team fully embraced it this year. But when you go into it knowing that you're going to play that many close ball games, you know, that's how you got to build your team, man. And you want your team to be tough and competitive and be able to go into those environments. And I think these days with the transfer portal, and you can get a kid like Dylan Rock who's got 700 college at bats before he comes in, that guy's not going to be fazed by anything, you know?
Right.
Absolutely, and obviously you're in a unique position to where you've been on the LSU staff, and then you see the turnover. You're able to see the new regime almost from a different lens because you're on a different squad. Y'all are both, it's two ships passing in the night. I just wanted to get your ideas of what you saw from LSU baseball that was different under Pulmonary, and what you saw from Jay Johnson, how you prepared for a Jay Johnson-led team. I have to ask the hard questions.
Obviously I know the personnel on that team, right? I mean, probably 90% of those kids, you know, I recruited and coached and saw them play in inter-squad games or practice or regular season games. So, you know, I'm able to describe to our hitters what Mikael Hilliard's cut fastball is going to look like. You know, what is breaking ball, the depth that it has on it, you know. So, you know, I knew that team, I knew that personnel pretty well. You know, it's definitely scary being on the other side when Dylan Cruz and Morgan, and then they add Barry, and you're just like, holy cow, you know, it's trying to get through the meat of that lineup. And we made some moves that paid off in that series. You know, when Barry was hitting right-handed, we played a 4-man outfield and he basically hit our second baseman in the head in the right center field, right where we moved him. And then, you know, later in that series, we did the same thing again, and with the runner on first and 2 outs, and he pushed the ball through the 4-hole and got a hit. And people were, you know, like, it's funny now because I'm not at LSU, but people were like, what are y'all doing? Yeah, beat the shift. Like, yeah, that guy's getting paid to hit doubles and homers. Yeah. So the next guy popped out, and we'll take the single every day of the week. But man, it was fun to see those guys play and get hot, you know, down the stretch. What they did at Vanderbilt, you know, that was fun to see. And I love those kids and those families. And I think that was probably the weirdest thing when we played there. It wasn't coming back to the box. It wasn't any of that. It was not being in the third base dugout as opposed to the first base dugout. It was playing against guys that you recruited, right? And then
Let's get a phone call.
Wait. Your phone's still ringing. Once the phone goes away, it'll come back on. All right, you're back.
Can you hear me?
You're back.
Oh, he had a good joke.
I know you missed. We missed a joke. You giggled. I missed the joke because the phone rang.
No, I was just saying it was all good until like on Sunday. Then people started yelling at me, calling me a traitor and stuff like that.
Hey, it was probably nice not getting booed for sending guys home on aggressive sends, huh?
Yeah. You know, I mean, you know, you'd think I got 5 million people thrown out at home while I was there. About 1 or 2 a year, you know. So, and I think that's a thing, man. Like, you know, Paul was super aggressive and wanted me to be super aggressive, especially with 2 outs, and you know, wanted to go first to third and make things happen. And over the course of a season, aggressive base running works out way more than it doesn't. And we run the bases super aggressive here as well. And you know, the thing is, man, like I love it. I love coaching third base, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, every once in a while somebody's going to get banged, but that's freaking part of it, man.
Yeah. Nolan, how's it been for you? I mean, you touched on it earlier, coming up as a player in LSU and the SEC, coaching here for as long as you did. How has it been for you taking on the challenge of going to a new place with a new team, with the new staff, everything, and kind of getting to know that and kind of, you know, being vulnerable again for the first time in a long time?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's a great question. And, I think the biggest thing is when you play at LSU, right, you know how to sell that place. You know the ins and outs. You can walk down the hallway. You know who that guy on the wall is or that guy on the wall is. Or you can crack the joke that, hey, I was actually on the 09 team even though my face isn't on that picture. God,
I wish we could throw that picture up here right now.
Because Craig Gillette's face was over in front of mine, and it's the part of it, man. But you know the stories, you know the people, and when you work there and you play there, you know the Chris Giotts of the world, the Billy and Janice Guitros, the Lipsies, those people that are so invested in the program as well as you are, that you don't want to let those people down, and so it pushes you beyond your limits of what you think you can do. And definitely the pressure and expectations on that side of a coach are way more than you feel as a player. That's because you are in charge of helping run a college baseball program, and one that people take extremely seriously. But coming over here, I think learning how to recruit to a new place, learning the ins and outs. Like the first home football game, like we didn't even have recruits in. We just all went with our wives and our kids, and we walked around and checked out the tailgating spots and, went on the sidelines, just because you need to know how everything works. Because when you have recruits on campus, you want everything to run smoothly, so on and so forth, right down the line from the time they walk into your facility to the time they're leaving and heading back home. And you want to leave an impression, a lasting impression, because if you have a kid on a visit, you're wanting that kid to be a part of your program. So I've learned a ton, man. I've learned a different way of doing things. Coach Neri won a national championship that we were a part of, obviously, and Hall of Famer, won a ton of games and did it the right way and did it with a lot of integrity. That's one thing I would tell a lot of people is Paul Mainieri did everything with a ton of integrity and a ton of honor, and wanted to do the best thing by the kids, and did a fantastic and amazing job. And and now being here with Coach Schlossnagel, they do so many things very, very similar. We're going to hold kids to a high standard. There's a ton of accountability in our program, and just like Paul did. And, I think maybe the offensive structure is a little bit different. Maybe the philosophy on a few things is different. But overall, it comes down to accountability and standards and confidence and playing with some swagger, but not crossing that line, right? And having a program where you can keep attracting great players too.
You want me to ask it? Okay, yeah.
I thought you wanted to ask it.
No, I was trying to.
You talked about playing with some swagger, but not crossing the line. Lloyd's got
that's what made me think, because you talked about Paul Mainieri a little bit, and you see Notre Dame go into Tennessee, which I feel like you don't have to comment on this. I'll take this one. I feel like Tennessee might have crossed the line in from swagger into Bush League softball a little bit, where it looked like they wanted to get dressed and wear their long pants out on a Sunday, and crush a bunch of beers. So they crossed the line a little bit in my mind. But I wanted to see what you thought Paul Mainieri's perspective was from that, being a Notre Dame guy, seeing that team that plays with absolute class go into Tennessee, see the trash on the field, and how you thought Paul probably sat back on his couch and watched that game.
Oh, he definitely had a smile on his face, because he loved Notre Dame. And when you're on his staff, and he tells the stories when Javi Sanchez or Ross Brzozowski's around,
or Steve
Stanley. I've heard some of those stories. Yeah, Steve Stanley. I've heard some of those stories so many times, to the point where I felt like maybe I actually played there for a little bit. But
I feel like I would hug Steve Stanley if I saw him right now, and I never met the guy.
Steve, I know so much about you, man.
Weather's warming up.
Yeah, but he definitely enjoyed that, and taking a team from the Northeast like that to Omaha, that's a very, very difficult thing to do, especially at a place like Notre Dame, where the academic standards are real, and you have to, be able to get into Notre Dame is difficult. They don't have, the waivers or whatever you want to call it to get kids in academically. The things that I don't know. I'm sure they have some NIL. All right? It's a pretty good alumni base to be drawing from.
You get a rosary and a penance.
Yeah. But yeah.
Pocket Bible.
Hey, no. So 2030 prospect out of College Station now. Is he tearing up? Is Kaysen tearing up Texas League travel baseball now, like he was tearing up Baton Rouge baseball?
He's doing well, man. And him and Coach Early's son, Marshall Early, are on the same team. They play with the 12. They played on the 9U team. They had a good time. First year kid pitch, so learning how to control the running game and pick people off and throw strikes. And I didn't get to make it to a ton of games, but when I did, it was a lot of fun. And sometimes I had to walk away because the umpiring, everybody has daddy goggles, right? So you're like, are we kidding me? I mean, I'd show up and the other parents were like, oh my God, this guy is crazy. I'd just be,
send him.
I just couldn't hold my tongue sometimes, but
how was the adjustment for the kids and moving into College Station? Did they have a hard time, or did they kind of seamlessly, fit right in and enjoy it and make new friends right away? I feel like kids are like pretty adjustable. Like I feel like they don't.
Yeah, what's the protocol for getting kids into a cult?
Kids were they're pretty resilient.
Right.
At that age, 9 years old, 4 years old. So, yeah, I mean, when we told Kaysen that we were leaving Baton Rouge, he asked two questions. He said, well, do they have baseball? And I said, yeah, we've already got you on a baseball team. And then he asked me if he could bring his Xbox. He asked me if he could bring his Xbox, and I was like, you most certainly can bring your Xbox.
I actually have to clear that with Jimbo.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can bring that across. It's too fast.
Let me ask Mom real quick.
You're limited to 30 minutes a day. Back to the call.
Yeah.
No, when do y'all leaving for Omaha? Like, when do y'all take off? And are y'all going to stay at a nice hotel in a nice area? Because, that's important, because 2008, when y'all were here at LSU, y'all stayed at a poo-poo hotel, very far from downtown.
Yeah, I think we were in Iowa.
Yeah, it was not far. I mean, it's not close. It was very far. And then 2009, we were right in the middle of all the action, and it was like, this makes a big difference. How's the hotel set up for y'all, and when do y'all leave? And tell me, give me a little bit give me the itinerary.
Yeah, so we leave Wednesday, wheels up at 11. We land. We're gonna go to the stadium, let the guys walk around, take some pictures, kind of get that stuff out of their system, go back to the hotel, get some food, and then we're going to go to Bellevue East, where you guys have practiced a couple of times.
I see you working there.
And
that's where DJ got hit in the head.
Yes.
That's where I got in trouble for hitting Austin Nola Fungos too hard.
Maneri had to be on one.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, I almost got sent back to Baton Rouge. But, so we're doing that. Practice, go back, shower, nice dinner at Sullivan's.
Nice.
And then Thursday we've got our practice, and then the media brigade that there is, right? So we'll be at the stadium for probably 3 or 4 hours that day, and then get ready to play. I think we're pretty certain that we're going to have that Friday game, the first one on Friday. I think that Notre Dame, Texas is probably going to be that night game. So,
who's the matchup? Who do y'all play? Did you tell me? Did you see that? Who they play?
We play Oklahoma. I think we're playing that first game on Friday.
Wow, big rivalry right away.
That's a nice little matchup.
Yeah. They got a really good pitcher going. Probably going to be one of the best pitchers we've seen this year. A kid named Jake Bennett. He's 6'5", left-handed.
Yeah, he's nasty.
1995. Yeah, he's punched out 120 in 104 innings, and he's only walked 22. Wow. And then, of course, I give my buddy Will Davis a shout-out. His grad transfer closer went to Oklahoma, and he's got 4 wins and 10 saves with 90 punchies in 64 innings. So
thanks,
Lamar. Thanks, Will.
Thanks, Will.
Got to give Will Davis some props for that.
Yeah, they could have gone to A&M, could have gone to LSU. No, let's send him up to Oklahoma.
Noel, dude, I appreciate you coming on, man. Tell the family we said hello. We are going to be watching. We're at Ochinko's. I'm not going to call it Ochinko's house. It's Dad's house. at the pool
You
watching.
would at Sean's house.
We're at Pete and Sean's. Yeah,
It's really the same.
If you let Sean tell a story, he's got 2 houses.
yeah, it's 2 houses. But we're watching. We're at the pool. We were playing cornhole. Bo got mad because he kept losing. You know, the usual suspects. But we're watching you on TV. We're fired up. It's the most intently I've ever watched a Texas A&M sporting event. But I'm doing it for you. I'm rooting for y'all. I hope y'all take the whole thing. Thanks for coming on. And then when y'all do win it, come back on.
Yes, sir.
I'll be here.
Wait, before you go.
Maybe we get interviewed from the zoo. You're gonna have to go to the zoo, right? Everybody goes to the zoo in Omaha.
It's not as close as it used to be.
What?
Well, the new stadium.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the
Old
stadium.
timer.
I know. I'm back in my day.
Yeah, what are you, 40 years old?
Wait, before you go, Coach, and this might be tenuous, but I have to ask you because it's from the chat. The bubbles.
Yeah, I don't know how it started, man, but I don't care if I slip on bubbles in the third base coaching box as long as we're scoring runs. I mean, they get soap everywhere. I don't care, you know. But it's become a tradition there.
Yeah.
It's gone crazy, and now you've seen some other people actually kind of start stealing it. So, you know, they've got some things that they like to do there. The train comes by. People like to try to guess how many, you know, engines are on the front of the train, and they got the bubbles and, you know, the saw 'em off and all those things. So there's a lot of traditions and fan experience here, and it was certainly loud this weekend. That's for sure, man.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Blink twice if you're okay.
What? Nolan, I love you, dude. Thanks for coming on. We'll have you back on after y'all win a national championship and you have a ring from a different school. I'm rooting for you.
Hey,
I'm hoping you do
right.
it.
Good luck, brother.
Yeah.
Pass that to
All
Owen
right.
for me too, man.
Yeah,
Good luck
yeah.
to y'all, dude.
Yep.
All right, sounds
All
good,
right, man.
guys. Thanks
Thank
for having me on.
He's fun. He's fun.
I feel like he's
Boys, I didn't know what you liked
he's
there.
captured. It doesn't even seem like he's a shell of himself.
He started
You can't feel safe.
talking about trains. Lloyd said, "There's no way you like it there."
They pass the train around.
I mean, hey, he said 6 different things that the crowd gets fired up for. LSU's got 0 right now. So
No, I think the boom box.
I don't care.
did you see where the NCAA took that away?
Yeah, because Auburn
boom
copied
box?
us.
I saw that.
I saw they took away Virginia Tech's like hammer.
about to boom too. That sucks for them. Huh?
Yeah.
They took away Virginia Tech's sledgehammer thing too.
I
They
mean,
should have taken Tennessee's coat away.
God, the coat and the stupid.
Tennessee
ass hat.
took their own coat away.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I forgot Oklahoma. And so you have basically 2 conferences just dominating the entire College World Series.
With college football circuit, I mean college in
You have
general. SEC is in everything. Now they're in college
those two are
basketball.
those 2 are gonna be in the SEC, Oklahoma and Texas.
Whew.
So now technically,
could have
technically you have 6, possibly 6 of the 8 SEC teams. Technically.
Auburn's up right now, 2-1 in the bottom of the third.
I know you forgot to take it. I took it though.
Give me a little splish splash.
That's what.
A little back this way.
How do you want me to splash you?
Venmo.
With what? With the winnings that I picked that you didn't put in?
Right. You know I wanted to.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's good. Man, I should have, out plus 1,200 boost. I wanted to put that in. You just give me the money for that.
I've done that to you. I've given you the little spill back.
No, because I told you to bet it for me.
I was working for you.
But I told you to bet. You didn't tell me to bet it for you. If
I
I'd
did.
put
I
money
said I
down,
was going to take it. No,
uh-huh.
That's all right.
That's what that means.
That's all right.
Let's go through the bets. Let's go through the bets.
I don't have. That was my bet.
Let's go through. I'll go
Look,
through
it
my
literally
bets.
says session timeout.
I'll go through my bets. What?
Mine's timed out.
Timed out. I have Auburn money line, which I think they're the underdog, so I'm getting plus money on that. I also have Auburn at Oregon State. I have over 11 runs.
You remember? Yeah, I know all of the bets.
So I took. Well, they don't know. You know it, but they don't know it. So I took the under. That I just don't think. I took the over of 11 runs, not the under. Over. I took those individually, and I also same game parlayed them, of course, because I'm confident in those picks. I think they're gonna win. It's 2-1 in what inning?
The third. Fuck. Well, it just ended the third. They're going to the top of the fourth.
I want you to win.
I have 3 runs. I got a long ways to go.
You got
Tell me
plenty
how
of time.
you really feel.
I know. Got a long ways to go. I also took Golden State -4.
Oh.
This is gonna be.
Guess
look,
what I did?
My wife is working. You took Golden State -4. No, you didn't.
-2.
Of course you did.
Tickle them.
Of course,
Tickle
you
me,
did.
Omaha. Of course you did.
Tickle me, Omaha.
But my wife is out of town for work, and she does some work training for tonight and tomorrow. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and hang out with my dog at the house
You
tonight.
and Kobe? Are Are you giving him a bath tonight or no?
I gave him a bath last time.
Are you
like
gonna text?
a
Are
few
you
days
gonna,
ago.
Are you gonna text him?
I will be texting probably the group text about what I'm thinking. And what
People in
I'm
the
no?
backseat.
Like locked in or no?
I'm gonna be locked in. I'm gonna be locked. I'm gonna be like super locked in to where I know what's going. I'm gonna be live betting the entire game.
You see the people behind the announcers.
6th row, 4th seat. Look at him.
Row K, seats 7 and 8. Did you see them? I saw them.
How do you know that's the row? I actually looked it up online.
Locked in.
Golden State -4. I'm gonna live bet the hell out of this game. I have now. Here we go. College baseball is winding down. NBA basketball is winding down.
Hockey is winding up.
Hockey is winding down. Part of the reason why Caesars was enticed by me and Jared and Lloyd and the guys was because of our, I don't want to say expertise, but of our knowledge of baseball, particularly professional baseball, because we've played with some guys, we've seen it, we've been there, and they wanted us to start promoting Major League Baseball, which I have done a few times, and the few times that I've locked in on it, I've just been so locked in on college baseball that I don't want to put out bets to the people watching and listening because I don't want of professional baseball without doing the due diligence and doing the research because I want to give out accurate picks. I've done a little bit for tonight, right? Now it may be too late because it's 7:30. I should probably start putting these bets out earlier.
You have to start tweeting them.
I do need to start. We do need to start tweeting.
And time out. Wait, just to keep going too, we'll say this. If you really think about it, look like when it comes to professional baseball, once we hit that like 200 at bat number right there, we get a real good sense of knowing what guys are going to do like throughout the rest of the year. So
100%.
like it's pretty much perfect timing anyway.
And we have talked about riding some of the hot streaks and being hot and teams that are hot and what's going on. Well, here's what I got for this weekend or for tonight. I got Miami. The Miami Marlins are playing at the Philadelphia Phillies. Philadelphia had a 9-game winning streak, got snapped last night. I think Philly wins, but we have Alcantara on the mound for the Marlins, who's nasty, like
Very
absolutely filthy. And you got Aaron Nola on the mound for the Phillies, who is also nasty. I took under 3.5 runs for the first 5 innings.
Love that.
Which
Right?
Love that.
1-1 going to the bottom of the
Oh, it's already started.
It's 1-1 going to the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah.
This
Boom.
job is costing me money.
Here's the next question. How does Philly have that run?
Bryce Harper bomb.
Please.
It's not a Harper bomb.
Damn.
He doubled.
Off the wall.
So here's my next part of that. There is a boost on Caesars right now. I think it's plus 425. It is Klay Thompson over 19.5 points and Bryce Harper homer. Bryce Harper is hitting 435 in the month of June right now.
Who's putting these boosts together?
He's got a double tonight too. He's swinging hot.
He is hot. And usually when he's that hot and he hits a double, there's a homer coming.
There's a blast coming.
There's a homer coming. So I think Harper hits the homer. I get 19.5, and it's going to be a great night at the Mahtook household. A luscious account after tonight. If I hit them all, I may be even.
If you hit them all, I'm gonna be upset.
But
A pay
I
raise
believe the
coming.
3.5. It says
You have to
1-1.
get a Christmas bonus.
Is 1-1 bottom 5?
Yeah.
Boom.
And 2-1, Oregon State's up on Auburn.
No,
Okay.
Auburn's up 2-1.
Oh, Auburn. No, chat was wrong.
Misinformation.
That's what, bottom 3?
Top 4 now.
Top 4 now.
Man,
Do you see Nolan still had his Christmas wreath up?
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
we're gonna have to
maybe
get on
that's just
Kristen
some
for that.
decor. Maybe that's just some decoration,
Some decor.
some decor. Or
Did you have? Yeah, you wish that was the rule. He would keep all. You had to move all your stuff. Ooh.
Coach, I'm gonna hire the Mik'd squad to help me put my tree back up in my attic.
Ronnie
next year.
Rance, hush. That's a Ronnie Rance move.
I mean, I'll do it with you. Did Ronnie do it with you?
No.
Okay,
Lord.
I will do it with you. Boy, I'm by that time I'm dripping. I am dripping sweat.
Wait, Mike, I got a question. So if Schwarber gets on and Harper hits a homer, you would lose your 3.5, but you would get the homer. Which one would you rather?
Oh.
That's a tough one.
You
That's
want the
a tough
boost
one.
always.
I want the boost. It's better odds, but there's more moving parts to the boost because I need Klay Thompson to go.
Not even nuclear, just normal Clay.
What do you need from him? What do you need?
I need him over 19.5. I need him to score 20 points.
Oh.
That's a good night for it. I like it.
I know.
I like
he had a
it.
good
I
game.
can't get a feel for this series at all.
I know you said that 7 times today.
It's-
What did you take besides the
I didn't take the boost. I missed out on everything except for the Warriors -2. I think it hadn't started yet. So I moved the line down just a nudge because I want to keep it close.
double.
Yeah.
He's
Who?
on.
Schwarber's on base.
Schwarber's on.
2 outs.
No.
Nobody out.
He's on second too.
It is 1-1.
Look at his face right now.
Oh, if it's 1-1, I still no. Stop. 1-1. He hits a 2-run homer, I still win.
3.5.
No, it's 3.5.
3.5.
That'd be 4 total.
Yeah, it's 1-1.
Oh, it's 2 run homer, being 3-1. You're right. I would lose.
How do you get to 4?
3 plus 1 or 2 plus 2.
2 plus 2.
Predicament. I like the boost. I'd rather hit the boost. But, I mean,
Maybe.
I'm right there. I was a good educated
That was a
bet
good
that
pick.
I did. I gotta start
A
putting
little sprinkle.
I gotta start giving my picks to you so we can put them on Twitter. Or I should start putting them on Twitter. I mean, I have my Twitter fingers. I can do that. Duh.
And now you're in an office. You got nothing else to do.
I mean, I got a lot of stuff to do.
No, I feel like once people sit down back in the
I'm
office
wheeling
chair,
and
they're
dealing.
like, you
Nah.
know what I'm gonna do is be in sports again. I'd like to get back involved.
I'm wheeling.
That's how
dealing,
Tiger
boys.
Droppings exists. Is people in an office.
I do everything. I didn't really get in the document today, but in my head, I'm thinking about what I want to talk about, and how I
Got
want
you,
to do it.
got you,
I
Docky.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Take a nap.
You did take a nap. You got here.
Guy works hard during the day. That's why he's locked in at night. Okay.
Right. This is my release. This is my escape. Do we want to talk about Game 5? I mean, a little bit. You said you don't really know about it, like how you feel the series. I
just don't get the what is Draymond doing? What are we doing?
I don't know,
here?
but I'm thinking it's going back to the Bay, first back-to-back win of the
that
series.
place is raucous.
That's what I mean. I think.
Nah, I'm going Golden State.
I
over.
agree.
And I'm
They're
going big points too. Like I'm going on the over.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't take the over, but I may take the over.
Yeah. I took money line in the over because I
You're
see
gonna
it
give
going
out many
that way.
picks. I'm around with you here.
I may take it, but I agree with you. Like they're going from back to other side now. They have bigger breaks in the NBA Finals. It's just
There hasn't been a back-to-back win yet.
no
but
right, and I think
coming.
that Boston, if Boston wanted to take control of the series, they had to win 3-1. Now going back to Golden State, this gives I think Golden State the leg up.
Yeah.
And Steph dropped 47. Clay is starting to play a little bit better, and
You need
what do
one
you do?
more guy.
Do you want? I mean, you have Jordan Poole.
What? It's either Poole or
I think
it's
Steph.
Andrew Wiggins.
I think Steph
You have-
scratches
you have-
30, maybe a little more.
And I
Maybe
think-
right at it.
and I think
And I
Clay
think
gets
Jordan
towards
Poole
20.
and Clay show up, and maybe Draymond drops at like 1-3.
Dude,
Triple single.
Dude, there was
Triple single.
Dude, there was
Triple single.
Quadruple single.
He goes 9 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists.
Then
9
Chuck rub him on
points?
his head.
Yeah,
Go
right.
knucklehead.
Okay, maybe 7 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists.
He's
triple single.
He's averaging 6 points a game.
5 fouls.
That's why I said 7 points. I want to change my
It'd
mind
be
to
a
7
huge game
points.
for him.
7 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists.
We were talking to Jamar Cain, D-line coach on Colada's show, who is a West Coast guy, and he was like, it doesn't matter what Draymond does. He said he's a jail guy. Everybody needs a jail guy.
You gotta have a brawler, bro.
Who's got the shiv? Where do
Yeah.
I need to go? They said that's Draymond's job.
You gotta have a brawler.
Do you not remember when Draymond dropped 35 in Game 7 against the
I said,
Cavs?
yes, that's very true, but like he has scored in past years.
He forgot how to play
A lot
basketball.
more than he would scoring right
I
now.
Yeah,
put
he has.
the-
I don't understand. I don't get the
Yeah.
I don't get how he doesn't score anymore. I don't get
I
that.
put this on Twitter and it got some response. It was, who would you rather last shot? Draymond Green, Ben Simmons, or shot clock violation? Everybody picked shot clock violation because Draymond's turned into Ben Simmons. He gets to the rack and dishes every time. It's
No.
unbelievable.
Yeah, but Draymond also never came in with the hype of.
Well, no,
Ben
but they're
Simmons.
both gun shy. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
like
but-
they both have lost their.
Yeah, but we never looked at Draymond like,
Yeah, as a scorer.
man, he could be a prolific scorer.
Yeah, he was always a defender and a body guy. And
He
like,
shot 38% from 3 2 years ago.
look at you dropping them knowledge.
I
They
watched
showed a
basketball.
stat on the screen earlier that he's like the worst 3-point shooter of open threes,
he's
even worse
broken.
than Kyle Lowry.
Wow.
I don't know what's
Even worse than
happened.
who?
Kyle Lowry. The
Don't
guard
truck
for-
Kyle.
And that's not good when Kyle Lowry is a point guard and can make open threes.
Yeah, it's more of a shot at Kyle.
Yeah, that's not good for Kyle.
How is Kyle at the bottom of that list? Or
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I don't know.
Guy's a prolific
It's hard to
three-point
get lift
shooter.
with that. He's carrying a lot of weight.
Well, you saying he got a dump truck?
I mean,
man?
he got a fucking howitzer back there.
You saying he got a wagon back
He
there?
got a wagon.
Wagon.
He's carrying.
Wagon. Hey, have y'all
Push me
seen?
back 10
I thought you
yards
was
'cause
watching
he's
Hey,
holding
let's
it.
talk. Let's talk real quick. Let's talk a little movie. Little movies. Have
Wearing
y'all
a
seen?
thong.
Oh my god!
Have y'all seen the movie on Netflix?
Look like two big Christmas
Hustle?
hams.
I did. I watched
I
it this
started it,
weekend.
but didn't
Wait,
I
what?
want to hear the movie Netflix Hustle.
the new Adam
Adam
Sandler.
With Adam
Sandler.
Sandler?
No, no, I
He
haven't.
played
Coaches
like a
for the
scout.
Philadelphia.
What'd you think about
series.
it? What'd you think about it?
I was borderline. I was browned out. It was good though. I
You was
liked it.
what?
Browned out.
Wow, I did not think you were gonna say you liked it.
I did. I loved it. I love Adam Sandler. He's got me.
See, he's so biased, dude. He didn't like the football movie with Kurt Warner, but I like this one. But they're
This
both
has good basketball in it.
But yeah, because they're NBA players.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
saw him
Kurt
go-
Warner is that guy that's playing.
Stop, man. No,
You didn't like
man.
you didn't like that Kurt Warner one
didn't even
because
watch
it was the you said it was a feel good movie and it was like exactly what this movie was, a feel good movie.
Yeah, it was aggressive though. There were some like actual points of like, do you want to do this or not? It was hard. Like you.
No, it was. I thought it was great. I thought the basketball was awesome. It's obviously NBA guys. They did a really good job of mixing the basketball, and I will say Anthony Edwards is like a pretty
good actor.
Give him
he
an Oscar.
acted, huh?
Give him an Oscar.
I mean, he acted
Hey,
pretty good in that.
He's a funny dude.
He is, and like you could tell, like he loves the camera.
He's a
because like in the
funny
movie
dude.
he acted. He did well.
He was hamming it.
Yeah, like he was.
Is that your daughter? Did you see the movie?
Yeah,
yet?
yeah. Well, don't. Oh, I could be a good stepfather.
Yeah.
Stepdaddy.
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 Got in his head.
Yeah, he did. But that's I think that what I like about it, and you'll see it, is like it's Adam Sandler is like he was a player and then he was a scout, but he knew basketball and like he knew people and he knew how to find talent because he didn't watch it like, oh, this guy can jump out the gym and he can shoot well, but like, you know, he just doesn't play defense. Like he sees everything, and how he found this guy is by accident. And you hear these stories before, and it's kind of one of those, you know, and like kind of like made his career. Like he's been a scout forever, and he had bigger aspirations.
I might watch it after the game tonight.
You should watch it. It's good. It's good. It was like good it wasn't like forced basketball. Like it was like, damn, these guys are. I mean, NBA guys obviously, but like the guy that was playing. Who was the guy that played that role? Do you know?
No, I have no clue. But
Is he
could
an
ball.
NBA guy?
I don't know, but it's
Or a European guy?
The reason that I thought it was good is because I relate all of these sports movies. Like you have to go back to Friday Night Lights. You have to go. I think Coach Carter does a great job of putting good basketball. And like, I mean, if you've seen All American, that TV show, where this guy
First season's better than the second
The
season.
first, it went
They
way
got 4
downhill
seasons
after
now.
the first
y'all
season.
watched it.
They got 4
The first
seasons
season.
now.
The only reason why I watched
Y'all
the
are
first
wasting
season.
your time.
No, I'm gonna be
No,
honest
the
with
first
you.
season,
I'm
not
gonna
the
be honest
second
with you. The only
season.
reason why I watched the first season because that part of the story is like really true of how that whole thing came about.
And then
Right.
he threw a
Very
football.
quickly gets untrue.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it gets.
And then after they
go
they got
slippery
past the
slope.
entire story,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. I thought Hustle was good.
Absolutely.
Adam Sandler, you know, he's making a bunch of money just doing Netflix movies. Now it's great.
I might go
Whenever
watch
the Happy Madison Productions comes on there, I'm like, oh. And then you have LeBron's company that was a production company of it too, Spring Hill. I did not know LeBron was part of Spring Hill, but he is.
No, he
Found
is.
that out the other day.
Big part.
Good luck pronouncing
That's
this
like-
guy's name that plays the role. Juancho Herman Gomez.
Wait, doesn't he play for the?
No,
Hell-
you thinking of Toscano Anderson?
No, the guy that plays for the Pellies. Is it not
Oh,
That's not him.
no, that's not him.
Herman Gomez? Is that not him?
No.
Where is he from? Do you have a background on him?
I'll find it.
'Cause I don't- I
He's
mean,
from
he-
Spain.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, like that's where he's from in the movie too. But like,
Juancho?
I mean, he's a big dude, and he's like got basketball skills. Like can
like that
shoot,
name.
can dribble, can like he like looks like damn.
He plays for the Jazz.
He played for
Yeah.
the Jazz, Nuggets, and the Timberwolves.
So he played or plays?
Plays.
He's on the
36.
Jazz currently.
Wow, how did he get the lead role in that?
I don't know.
Good for him. So that whole movie's full of NBA guys. That's great. That's why the basketball.
basketball was so
That's
good.
like if you watch, if you go look at all the old baseball movies that were made.
Major League.
Major League has no, not Major League. Little Big League has
Little
the
Big
best
League.
baseball in it because it's all professional baseball.
Nah,
players.
it's second to hardball.
Flop, 9
Columbus
millimeter.
can ball now.
G Baby was doing it.
Just doing it. I cried when G Baby died. Though.
Dude, if you did, you don't have a heart.
No, you don't have a
Spoilers.
heart.
But Little Big League had the best because it was all professional.
Ken Griffey
baseball.
tracking.
Yeah, it was all professional baseball players in it.
But everything else about it was so realistic, too.
Yeah,
Everything
little
was
kid,
realistic
man.
about Major League too.
Yeah. Actually,
I honestly thought that was real growing up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, wow, baseball's out of control.
Yeah, brutal.
but that's what they're doing. The Pittsburgh Pirates were doing that last year. They were literally
My
using
favorite,
on
I think the
purpose.
most realistic baseball movie ever is Angels in the Outfield. I mean,
Duh.
duh.
Yeah.
Which I watched Angels in the Outfield the other day for the first time in a long, long time. It was on TV.
Were you alone again?
No, it was. I don't know where I was at. It was me and Allie were watching. It was just on TV. We had nothing else to watch.
It was on
I
TV?
forgot. It was on I think MLB Network.
Really?
I forgot Matthew McConaughey was an outfielder.
I didn't know that at all.
He was an outfielder. He was the guy who jumps off the guy's back and catches that ball because the angel carries him. That's Matthew McConaughey. I forgot that he was in it.
That's crazy.
What's funny about you watching, like this happens to me too, whenever you see a movie on TV and you're like,
Like
oh, I'll watch
nostalgia?
this. And you're like, I would never put this in the DVD player or queue it up on Netflix. Like, I
Never.
would never make an effort to
But
watch
I
it.
enjoyed it when I watched it because it was like on TV. I didn't have to go through the effort, and it was like a nostalgia movie. And like
Then
Danny
the foul
Glover,
call back.
Danny Glover does great. Does great work as the manager. Isn't that who the manager is?
Yeah.
Hey, you ever watch Mr. 3000? Oh
Yes.
my
Love it.
God.
Mr. 299.
Yep.
Oh my God.
He
what's
has
up?
every ball in the wall.
R.I.P. Bernie.
R.I.P. Bernie.
Tom Selleck. What movie is he in? When he goes overseas. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Mr. Baseball.
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
Mr. Baseball.
Mr.
Yeah.
Good
Nice.
job, Mikey. Tom Selleck. Great in Friends. Great mustache.
I
Great
don't know if I've seen that
mustache.
one. I feel
He's
like
he was a big athlete. He's a good athlete apparently. Like he was like
Best baseball athlete, Charlie Sheen or Kevin Costner?
I don't know.
Kevin
Charlie
Costner.
was throwing that thing.
Charlie was on it, but Kevin Costner like
Loves it.
and he did it. He played
Yeah,
a few
he did.
few roles
Yeah.
in it. You know what I mean? Like
Love of the Game's great.
Love of the Game's great. He was a pitcher and a catcher, and not in Love of the Game, but in
Life?
Bull Durham.
Oh, yeah, he was the catcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think y'all are sleeping on the kid in Rookie of the Year.
Nah,
Henry Rodengartner?
Yeah.
Henry.
Rodengartner.
Henry.
What do you
Henry
call
was
him?
nice.
Rosenbagger.
What if I wish my arm sounded like that?
I wish it was that
Damn.
tight, just real whippy. Hey, short arm, good spin rate guy.
Big spin rate guy.
The original riser.
The original riser from the outfield. The guy threw it in. It's like the other guy from Yankee Stadium when he hit, or it wasn't Yankee Stadium, when they hit
Fenway when he
Fenway when he hit
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo ran around second base from the monster.
That's a
Hit him in the
tug.
leg.
That's a,
It's
I
very
gotta
hard to
find
do.
that. I gotta find that video. Did I ever show you the video when we were playing in Columbus, Ohio? And this was probably 4 years ago, in 19. And Doug Minkiewicz was my manager in AAA, and hit a home run, like right center field. Like in there's you know what Columbus is, like their scoreboard is like right on the right center field wall. Did I show you this video?
that's
And it's
awesome.
just street behind it.
Yeah, and so I hit the scoreboard, right, like the bottom of it, and it comes back in, and the outfielder's trying to, like, play it off because there's no replay in AAA, like, as it wasn't a homer, and, like, umpires obviously calling a home run.
Yeah.
So he wheels around, and he throws it in, and I'm literally rounding first base. I'm about to get to second base, and this ball is, like, tracking me, like, on the bounce. It bounces, and mid-stride, just snag it with my hand. I run around the bases with the ball in my hand the rest of the way I hit home plate. Because, like, at that point, I can't just, like, give it to anybody. Bro,
You should have finger rolled that thing at the
the
plate.
ball was going to hit me. So, like, I'm literally in stride. I catch it around the bases. And Doug Minkiewicz, who loved me, but, like, would always talk shit to me, he looked at me, he goes, "You're not that fucking cool, dude." That's like, he goes, "That's the smoothest thing you've ever done in your entire life." He's like, "I'm not even giving you a high five around the bases." I was like,
Giving it to
"Damn,
him.
I gotta find that." Somebody sent it to me, and he's like, "This is the coolest thing you've ever done." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know who sent that to me, but
It's unreal.
it was I don't know what happened. It just happened. It was like literally, it was just kind of a reaction. It just happened to be like right in stride. I'm like, it's
Too
kind of
bad you're
cool.
washed
that's-
up now.
Was that?
Too bad
Too
you're
bad I'm
washed
washed
up
up now. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's when you
Watch that.
realize there's two sides of Mikie Mahtook. There's the one that you think you know, and there's that one where
Right.
it's like, yeah, throw that shit at me. I'm
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
it all the way to the house.
Right. Right.
What, Avatar Mikey?
Yeah, you can.
When I do shit, I don't know how I do it. That's how. Yeah.
TK Mikey.
Actually, the more I don't think about it, the better I am. That's the problem.
Same.
I thought too much.
I overthink.
I overthink. I think too much. What a great show today. It's a good show. We have a what's for dinner, and we have curtain call, and we're introducing a new segment.
Yes, let me get to the document.
Here's what we do. When I start making bets, I'm gonna start giving you the bets, and we're gonna start putting them, and we're just gonna put our promo code
Right.
underneath the thing. That's what we need to do.
Your
That's
Miami
okay.
and Phillies bet hit under 3.5 after 5.
And now it's time to hit the boost, because now give me a late inning homer. Go ahead, homer, like he always does. Just knock it down. Write it down. Mark it up. Let's go. Boom.
Fucking upset.
1 for 1 for today. Hopefully,
Auburn's still winning.
yeah, I know, but that's gonna win. I don't know if the. I don't
You
know
don't
if
hit the
11
parlay,
I
but
don't-
you could hit Auburn.
I don't know if the over's gonna hit.
Clean wash.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
These guys
yeah.
get to the bullpen, you might start seeing some homers fly.
True. That's not gonna. No, it won't be. I'll be a little down on that game, because I bet two separate. I bet the over and the parlay, so I missed both of those, but hit the money. Well, I got plus money on the money line, so maybe lose just a little bit. But I did hit the Miami Philly thing. Hey, when I lock in on baseball, I fucking nail them.
I know
do.
that's why I'm upset, because I know you can do it. I just need you. I need you to lock it in. I'll do the document if you do the bets.
Okay,
Fair deal.
fair deal. I like that.
You have to send me the bets.
I know. I'm sorry, I messed that up earlier
okay.
too in the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I did hit those too.
No, never.
He said, "What you got?" And I sent him a screenshot
Because
of all
what
my.
do you mean? I was like, Mikey, what do you mean? What do I mean?
I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I was just whatever. So I just woke up and like I really wasn't paying much attention, and I put the bets in. He goes, "What do you got?" So I sent him a screen record of like all of my bets,
Yeah, if you think I have a problem.
and he goes, "Really? You're gonna send those to me? You woke up early enough to make those bets, and you just now sending them to me?" And the game was like 4 innings in. I'm like, "Shit, I'm sorry. That was really on that was on me. That was my bad.
They all hit.
They all hit. That was my bad. That was my bad."
I'll take you to lunch.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you.
Unbelievable.
I'll get you some good Major League Baseball bets. If I hit the boost with the Harper homer, that's 2 times I bet a boost with a home run that would have hit. The Giancarlo Stanton I gave you hit the homer.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
Yeah, it all works out when we're on the same team together.
Yeah,
It's
speaking of
unbelievable.
Judge,
he
Judge
puts the
went-
bets out at 9:30 in the morning. The game's at 11. I text him at 1:40. He's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, Michael,
That was
can
my
you
bad.
throw a dog a bone?
That was my bad.
You're on a heater. Give the people some love.
Yeah, that was my
Promo
fault.
code Mik'd Up 15.
Yeah, promo code Mik'd Up 15. That was my fault. But speaking of guys being hot, Aaron Judge has 24 taters.
Wait, he's up to 24 now?
He had 2 home runs on Sunday.
Oh, my God.
2 home runs. One almost murdered someone in the stands. He did about 117 miles an hour off the bat.
It's June 13th.
He's going to have 30 home runs before the All-Star break.
30 plus. Like,
He's on
easy.
pace for 64, I think, for the year.
Good night.
Talk about him turning down the Yankees offer.
Oh, man. He's writing his
Ooh,
own
he's
check
about
right.
to get paid. And this is a 6'7", 275-pound
defensive
guy
end, man.
who can play center field.
Yeah.
They put him in center field sometimes. And he's hitting.
I'm just
flicking
telling you right
balls
now,
out.
if that guy was like doing football training, like he would legit play defensive end, and
Yeah,
he would
or
be
tight
a-
end.
he would be a defensive end, and he would be a lottery like top of the draft type guy.
No doubt.
That's how. That's
He-
how
and he's the
physical
nicest
he
guy
is.
in the world.
Oh my god,
Nicest guy in the world.
never
Okay.
met a guy nicer.
What you got?
Ever. Our guy Doug knows.
Doug knows.
Who we
What
often
does Doug
reference. Doug knows basketball movies.
Well, Doug can't be asking questions if he knows.
And then he says the best basketball movies are Above the Rim, Blue Chips, and White Men Can't
Ooh,
Jump.
blue chips above the rim was good too.
Both and White Man Can Jump is good.
Ooh, that's
The
great.
remake.
Love and Basketball is good too, actually.
He's Doug Black.
What's
That's a good. Love and Basketball is good. It's a good rom com. Not even a rom com. It's just like but it's good. It's a good basketball.
what's
movie.
the one with Ray Jesus Shuttleworth? He Got Game.
He got game is good too.
I mean, that's
no,
okay.
but all-time sex scene.
I like above the rim. Above the rim.
You would
is-
know. You would know the all time sex scene.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
That's like that's ultimate '90s fake boobs.
Doug knows doesn't like Hoosiers.
I've never.
Jimmy Chitwood, you don't like him?
Frank without the basketball. I've never even seen Hoosiers.
It's not bad. I mean, it's old school movie. I mean, it's.
Would you rather watch Rudy or Hoosiers?
Whew. That's pretty. Actually, you've never seen Hoosiers, but for not ever seeing Hoosiers, that's like pretty good comparison.
Okay. I like Rudy. Though. Rudy's a good movie.
I don't mind. I think I'd rather Hoosiers actually over Rudy.
I've never seen really Rudy either.
You never seen Rudy?
I feel like I understood it without having to watch it.
Yeah, underdog wins.
I mean, you're working so hard. Everybody lays your jersey down. Who would you do that for? One player.
Matt Fury.
Wait, what was the question?
Who would you put your jersey down for? Who would you quit the team for
Who would I quit the team for?
that you've played with?
Come back to me on that. I don't really know.
I mean, that's if he said like if he had to not be or like if he's on the team,
Me or
I'm like,
him? Yeah.
I would give it to him. He worked too hard not to like earn an opportunity, and he was on the team, you know, so it wasn't like, but yeah, him. That'd be mine. One of my best friends. Great, gonna be a doctor, gonna make a lot of money, being an orthopedic surgeon, hopefully down here in Baton Rouge. Keep pushing for him, Bo Lowry. Speaking of Bo Lowry, we need to get Bo on.
That's easy.
I know he's my neighbor. I need to get him on here. Bo Lowry is the head trainer at LSU. He runs the entire I think he took Jack's position.
As Jack moved up.
As Jack moved up or whatever Jack's doing.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, but he took Jack's spot, and he was our trainer at LSU in 2009 when we won the World Series, and then he went to the Saints, and he left the Saints as the director of the Saints to come back to LSU, and so he'd have a good perspective on everything. But I want to get him in here. We're gonna get him in here. That's gonna happen. Maybe on Wednesday. Maybe get him on Wednesday.
Do we have anything lined up for Wednesday?
Not yet. We will.
Well,
We will. I do want to get. I think Big Ben. I'm gonna try to get Big Ben in here.
that's what I thought.
Not Big Ben from Pittsburgh, but Big Ben from
From
Denham
Philly?
Springs.
Big Ben Simmons?
Big Ben Simmons. Big Ben Simmons from.
Shoot your shot. He won't.
That's true.
Well,
Hey,
I've seen more lies.
he had a back injury, boys. Back injury, slip disc or whatever he had, herniated
Or a
disc.
mangina.
Now, has this back injury been going on his whole NBA career?
I mean, look.
It popped up against Atlanta, and then it never went away.
The mental part of it hurts his back, is what he said.
That's an unbelievable statement.
And then he comes out and says he does have to have back surgery. You should have just kept your mouth shut before that and just let the back surgery speak for itself. You
Let's get him on the show.
Yeah, that's
Has he had the back surgery yet?
I don't know what he's doing.
Because they usually, when you come out and say shit like that, they usually tell you when he's had it. So if he hasn't had it, what are we waiting on?
I don't know. But the NBA draft is coming up. I think next week we're gonna have somebody come and talk to us from the Pelicans or someone in the management of the Pelicans to come talk about the draft and what they want to do.
Did you see Zion?
Thankfully for Caesars, Zion's ready, bought in. He's in.
He's like, they asked him if he'd watched the fun. It's like, no. Pels. First round. That's all I needed to see. I'm back in.
He's getting the extension.
That probably put him way back in.
No doubt.
Because there was rumors of him not getting the full extension. They were going to give him the super max. And then because they were worried about...
Wait, he said he wasn't going to get the full extension, but he was going to get the super max?
Right, no, that was the rumor that going around that he wasn't going to get the entire super max.
Okay,
He still might not.
No,
he might have one of them.
David Griffin came out and said there's no reason we would not give
No. What I'm saying is he might have one of those like Joel Embiid. Like,
he has to play a certain amount of games.
Or there's like incentives, if you will, to
I
be able to
wouldn't
get
do
it.
anything incentivized with
I
Zion.
would.
Just
He's
trust
played
him.
less than
I would
50%
say
of the games.
you're gonna
But-
if you're just on the court, you don't have to put up numbers.
Yeah.
If you're
it's
just
not
on
even
the
about
court healthy, you
points,
get
yeah.
all the money. If
There's
not,
shuffle the puppies out there.
If not, you're not gonna. I mean, that's fair. Like if you're playing, you're gonna get paid. Like if you're playing, now obviously not every game. If you're playing 75% of the season,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the super max. Like, and that's not just every year. Like that's cumulative over the course of maybe you say we'll give you 2 years or 3 years. If you play 75% of the games over these 3 years, it's kicked in no matter what. But if you go ahead and you miss the entire seasons again for the next year and a half, then But I think he's bought in.
I do too. That's why I don't want to put too much pressure on him. I want him to be able to.
Ain't pressure.
Bro,
There's no pressure on
I'm giving Zion.
get on the court.
I'm giving Zion the full
Get on the
leash
court.
this time.
Just get on the court. We just need
Zion's gonna play.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want
Zion's
to put any
gonna play.
pressure on him to not.
We
play.
called it. He's gonna play. I told y'all he was gonna play
We've been telling
Next
you
year.
this for a
next
while.
year.
Same calendar year.
Same calendar. It's not my fault.
No, it's not.
not my
Speaking
fault.
of, it's not
Not
your
my
fault.
fault. I had some bad intel. But speaking of not my fault, we do have a new segment that we are going to add in, another sellable moment on the show. But before we get to the new segment, I'm gonna let you intro the segment. We have a curtain call and a what's for dinner, which is for dinner, which I already ate dinner earlier.
That's what I'm saying. We got to rework this one, massage it a little bit.
Okay, how are we gonna do that?
I don't know. That's off the air.
Okay, off-air conversation. But what's for dinner is brought to you by Doe's Eat Place. I'm actually going to meet with my friends at Doe's on Wednesday. Maybe
What time?
10:30. Maybe get a little lunch. But I've been eating very healthy, so I got beach day coming up in a few weeks, July 4th.
How much does that change your?
I had a salad for lunch. That tells you how much that changes.
Because the last picture.
I mean, just enough. The last
Oh
picture.
my God, Lord!
Jesus Christ!
Oh my
To explain
God.
the whole last picture thing, okay? Jesus, I feel very good about myself. Right?
Good.
That's, see, this is what happens when you don't give him picks. This is what he
I
does.
know it's bullshit.
Turn to do a menace.
It's bullshit. There's nothing wrong with the last picture. It's bad angle.
The lighting was not
let me
good.
Let me list all the
Hey,
things that are wrong.
the
with
lighting
it.
was not
It
good.
was just bad angle, and I was, it was a long. I needed
I was getting
needed a
sick.
week-
I felt it
I
coming.
needed a week of cleansing. Is what I needed. Okay, I wasn't very.
Just eating.
Wasn't very good. I was, whatever. Feel good now.
I went
Feel
back
good
for seconds. What do you
Feel
want
good
me to
now.
do?
Nobody told me
now.
that.
I've been locked in. I've been taking some
Put
intermittent
that
fasting.
camera away.
I ate
No
before.
pictures.
I ate before the show, so I don't have to eat after 8.
See, I haven't eaten yet today.
We'll see. That's
I did throw up this morning though.
oh
What?
God, dude.
New Orleans.
Bro, he's the most unhealthy human being I've ever met in my life.
What?
I should get a whoop.
You should get a whoop just so I can see how bad it is.
Yeah, it'd
I
be
think I
awful.
can take it.
God, get no
All
sleep.
right. So we have what's for dinner, which is brought to you by Doe's Eat Place. What I had for dinner was not fun. It was something that I made it myself and I prepared. What would you like for dinner tonight, Lloyd? Since you haven't eaten yet, I'll get it Uber Eated to your house.
Oh. Soup.
Oh my God.
A nice soup. It comes up easier.
Jack,
It's a
what would you like
soup.
for dinner tonight?
I already had Canes.
Oh, yeah. How old are you?
How old am I? 20.
Yeah, that didn't.
That's prime Canes.
Yeah, that didn't even fucking register.
Yeah, that's
on
Jay.
that.
Jay Mitch is still prime Canes too.
Stop, bro. I went to Canes. I haven't been
Yesterday.
no, I haven't been in a while.
Once in a while.
Canes or Popeyes?
I haven't been to Popeyes in a minute. Since the last time I was in New Orleans at the airport.
You got Canes at the airport?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, Popeyes at the
Popeyes
airport?
at the
they
airport?
have
Time out.
at the airport.
It's not at the airport. I'm telling y'all right now. Here is a Louisiana secret for y'all. I'm being dead serious. New Orleans airport, when you leave the airport, don't get on the highway. You go right under the overpass. There's a Popeyes right across from there.
You know
Now
what he's talking
here's-
about?
Yeah.
Now here's the kicker. The lady that is pretty much always working there is like the black grandma you want her to be.
Oh,
And
so
she
it's
will
good.
talk to you like that.
And it's good.
She
So
sure
she's.
Slap the shit out of you?
No, she.
No,
sure
I'm
did.
serious. Like it
We
is
got that
funny
after
as
I
hell.
got back from Atlanta the other day.
Like it's funny
She
as hell.
said exactly what he's talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, like it's funny as shit. Like
Like
it's
Big
the-
Mama's house?
Yeah, bro. She's the best. You need to.
She gives you a little extra chicken finger in there, chicken strip
Oh, I don't
in
know.
there.
I don't know if she giving you any
Extra
extra, but
crispy?
And sometimes, yeah, you gonna get some business.
Yeah, she gonna speak it.
Yeah, she was asking
You
me
will
where
laugh
my flight
at
was
least
from,
5
what I
times.
was there for.
Hey, you will laugh.
Hey, that's good.
No, it's great. It's great.
She needs to get promoted.
But I haven't been there. I haven't been to
They-
Popeye since I've been there.
They
Huh?
have a Popeyes in the Atlanta airport.
Yeah,
They have like 2 of them in there. On, like,
They
in
do.
You
different
should see the Popeyes in New York City. The line is out the door every day. It's
If
unbelievable.
Popeyes was run around no, I guess you pay for, you want the experience. I think the experience of Popeyes being not good service is like part of the experience of Popeyes. But if Popeyes was run like Chick-fil-A, where like it was,
man, it'd be
it'd
I
like-
wouldn't like it as much.
that's what I'm talking.
Yeah.
But I think that it would be the best fast food chain in all of the country.
No,
Everybody loves Popeyes. You just don't
They
want to
don't
go.
want everybody there.
You just want to go deal with the lines. You don't want to go deal with the misorders. You don't do with the. Hey, I'm out of chicken.
Yeah,
How
we're
are you
out
out
of
of chicken?
You sit in
sell
the line.
just chicken.
You
How are
sit in
you
the
out of
line for
chicken?
3 days. God, dog, they only got 2 cars here. Why am I still here?
You get on the PA and they don't say, "Hey, welcome to Popeyes." They go ahead.
Pull up what it is, folks.
But yeah, shut the fuck up.
Oh shit. Okay, what you got? You got. We have a curtain call now. We're on the curtain calls.
Hold on, let me pull up. It's a video because for my curtain call, I actually did my prep today.
I see that. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir. So this is obviously this man got wind of how much money is going around the Live Golf tournament, and he takes a stray and absolutely goes full yard sale after he gets hit. And he's looking for a little bit of settlement money. That's all he wanted. He takes one to the dome from it's a stray tee shot, and this guy sells out and he double dives. He gets hit and then he goes, I'm getting hit again. It's unbelievable how much.
Does he make the Happy Gilmore sound when Happy hits the girl and coming out the roof? You go, Dum. Oh,
Happy, look out up! So hoping this will play because it is unbelievable how much this guy went full yard sale just to be able to. I don't know if he knew he was on TV, but he definitely sees.
I feel like with social media now, like every time something like that happens, like you got to know that you're gonna be somewhere.
They got you.
Yeah.
If there's video, they got you.
Today, Junior.
So here we go.
Okay.
This guy just gets absolutely.
Wait, is
that?
Wait, rewind it. There you go.
Look, he sells
Oh,
it.
he gets hit. It's like, oh, I gotta fall down. I didn't go. I didn't do it long
He
enough.
got hit in the back and then fell backwards.
Look, he looks like JFK.
His hat fell off and everything. Look
There were
at
2
The
shooters.
legs go over the legs.
Shooters.
Dude, the way he sells it the second time, like he gets hit and he realizes he got
Oh,
hit.
and he rolls over.
And he,
The WWE.
no.
Vince McMahon sent him a contract this morning.
Absolutely. This man,
that's tough.
he recognized the moment and just took it. And I couldn't
my
be prouder
God.
of it.
wait. Run it back one more time. Don't sleep on the one dude that kicks him.
Yeah.
Hey, you all right?
I didn't even see that.
I was sleeping on my man. I said, hey, you all right?
Is he laughing when he does it?
Absolutely.
Is he laughing when he kicks him? He is laughing when he kicks him.
Gets a little nut check.
That literally
Hey,
looks
bro,
like
get up. You're
it looks like
embarrassing
he was
me.
selling a Stone Cold Stunner.
Oh my God.
Vince McMahon cell, whatever. Vince McMahon looked like he got paralyzed.
Legs went
Oh
just
my
limp
God.
noodle
What
real
a,
quick.
oh my God, that's awesome. That's a great. That may be your best curtain call of the year.
That's what happened. A little prep.
That's what happens with a little prep. My curtain call is Notre Dame. I don't have anything funny like that, So, but
Well, then let me hop in with you because my curtain call was going to be Javi Sanchez and Ross Brzezowski.
because Notre Dame.
Because I can only imagine them like feeling like they were still in uniform.
Hey, Coach
because of Notre
Maneri's
Dame.
going to Omaha.
I know.
He told me that today. He's flying to Omaha on Thursday.
What y'all talk about? Have anything to say about me? I told you to say hey to him.
Say about you?
Uh-huh.
I forgot to tell him you said hey.
Good.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Don't
We
give me
no, it was
pigs.
good conversation though. Good conversation. He had a doctor's appointment, so we got out of there before it lasted all day.
Cancer?
What?
What did he? Why'd you go to the
Jesus.
doctor?
That was dark. I don't
Lloyd.
know. Probably just a normal checkup.
Oh. Wait, you go to the doctor for
This
that?
is 6 months, Lord.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes, especially when you get to be a little older.
What do you go? What's
He
the last
just
time you
had
went
a
to the
neck
doctor?
surgery.
I haven't
couple
gone
years ago.
to a doctor. I haven't had to go to a doctor in a while, but I mean, normally I'd go see a doctor at least once a year when I was playing. Now that I'm not playing, no physicals, so.
Oh, you're welcome to the team. You're not gonna go.
No,
ever.
I'm gonna go. I have health benefits.
Oh.
You do too. Yeah, for free. You have Obamacare.
Oh yeah, but I don't want to waste it on that.
I don't want to waste my free health care on myself. Like, no, I don't want to do
That's
that.
what the vibe is.
I
I don't
want
want
to
to do
waste
that.
it
Okay,
on that.
Lloyd, intro the new segment we have.
It is.
I
Not
think
my
this is
fault.
gonna be fun. It's
I
not
think
my
this,
fault.
this will be a great segment because it was born from a little off-air conversation where Mikey and I never really like to blame ourselves whenever it might be our fault, but we're like, dude, it's not my fault because there's always a little wiggle room to find out that actually it wasn't my fault, and so this is born from this. So it's
And it's all sarcasm. Like, obviously, if it was really our fault, like, if it was a bad thing, we'd take blame for it.
Right.
But little small things like
No accountability here.
forgetting to play,
Absolutely.
forgetting to play, like playing the wrong commercial on a thing,
Oh, I
like not
played the
my
right
fault.
one.
Like someone messed with his board, so it's not my fault. You know
It's not
what I
my
mean?
fault. I haven't been back here in a while. So what we're doing is we're scouring the internet for things where it could be construed as, is this not my fault or is it their fault?
It doesn't have to be
Essentially.
sports.
No.
I mean, sports would be great, but it doesn't have to be sports. It's just kind of we're all about everything. We're about life and fun and laughs and good times.
And I put one of the documents.
And now we're in the OT,
Absolutely.
big OT right
I
now.
put one in the doc, but I want to go back to the original one
Okay.
that spurned the segment that birthed the segment, which was just because I just got back from a wedding,
Yep.
which was absolute nails.
Yep.
They had everything that you would want. Band was great.
Great open bar.
Open bar.
Full bar.
Food. Yes, full bar.
Not wine and beer.
No, full. I'm not going to a wine and beer wedding ever.
You don't seem like a wine and beer guy.
No, vodka, water, lime,
And shots.
and shots. But so the not my fault 1.0 that we were doing is this couple. They have a wedding. They get married. They get gifted by their parents money for the reception. This is not the people that I'm talking about. We did a full bar. This is a different story that I'd heard.
Okay.
So
Good caveat.
yes, this is not Kevin Lee. Congratulations, that was a great wedding. Everything was nails, handicap stall. Everything was what you wanted it to be. But this story is a couple that has a wedding. They get gifted the reception by both parents. So they pay for what they think is going to be food at the reception, wine and beer, bar at the reception. The couple,
Right, which is normal.
normal, that's
Right.
what you should
You should
spend it
have
on.
that.
Instead, the couple takes the money and says, no, this is our wedding. What we're going to do with it and not tell anybody, including the guest, is that we're going to hire Mickey and Minnie impersonators to come to our wedding because we love Disneyland. And they wrote on the internet, it's not my fault because this is my wedding. I should be able to do whatever I want with it. To which I give you the floor, as there's no fucking way that if you had told me that at the beginning,
I'm not coming.
I'm not going.
And I'm not giving you, if I'm the parents, I'm not giving you the money.
No, you swindled your own parents.
For something that is,
Totally selfish.
yeah, that nobody else wants. Here's my thing on weddings. And Jay Mitch is in the middle of planning a wedding, right? Now, their wedding's going to be awesome. It's going to be a destination wedding, which I can't wait because I'm going to be stumbling up I don't have any, outside of being there to
How
support my
destination?
really good friend.
Far.
Far.
Oh.
South of the border.
South of the border.
Good for her.
A lot of sun and beach. But I'm gonna
Lots of
end
sun.
up-
I could.
We're gonna have a good time. But my thing
Big
is
cabana
the
guy.
wedding part of your wedding, the part of the wedding that is for the couple is the actual ceremony where the bride's walking up in her dress and the groom sees her and he's like, "Oh my God, she's beautiful. I do. We're married. We kiss." Okay, now it's a party for everybody that's here because everybody that's at the wedding is there for the one thing, and that one thing is the reception. Is not for the wedding. Now you got the grandparents and the older generation of family who are there because they want the pictures of the bride walking down the aisle, which is great. You need that. But the whole reason that 95% of the other people are there, especially if it's a younger
You mean the young Gohards?
the young go-hards are going to the reception and they want to know what alcohol and what food they have because they're going to be hungry and they're going to get drunk. And that's the way it is at the reception.
What
And
band
you want to have a
playing?
good band or a DJ or something.
Band was
Who's the
electric.
DJ?
Right, exactly. Not, hey man, I can't wait for this reception because I cannot wait to take a picture with Mickey and Minnie.
I heard you're bringing Mickey and Minnie.
That is a big
With no booze there.
yeah.
And
Sober,
no
looking at
kids.
Mickey and Minnie.
With no kids, a no kid wedding either probably.
They need to be slapped for that. That's
Totally
Selfish as
100%
shit.
their fault.
Would you
Like,
walk
just go
out?
to Disneyland for your honeymoon.
I would leave.
I would leave.
I would watch probably the first dance because depending on how close I was with them, I'd watch them do the first dance and I'm out. I'm
See,
not.
and that's where it gets into, is it not their fault? Because you should know who these people are and what they're about. And if you know, you walk in, you see no tables set up, no food anywhere, you're like, they're pulling the, whatever their couple's name is.
Well, you
like,
just
they're
have
going
to-
to pull a
you have to
stunt.
assume
Did Mickey
that
and
you-
Minnie like hop out of a box? Did they come out the back door? Like what? Like
Out
how'd
the
that,
cake?
Yeah,
or
what
something?
time do they show up?
like how'd that whole thing go? Like you
no,
didn't
it-
just see him walking in the.
You're asking too many
They're in
details.
reception hall.
They're
Yeah, I
in the
wasn't
front row of the
actually
wedding.
there.
What are you doing here?
It's like best man and woman there right there.
It's like
Were they the ushers at the wedding?
that would be fun, man. Ooh.
Totally their fault. Totally 1,000,000% their fault. I would never go to that wedding. I'd be out.
Behind, you're gonna get a divorce. Hope you like your dad.
Bye, buddy.
Bye, buddy.
Hope you find your dad. Great show today. It was a good Monday.
Good Monday.
You started off with a bang. I mean,
Oh, I forgot.
your initial comment to
I can't
start
wait to
off.
clip that.
I mean, I can't wait. I mean, that was the hardest I've genuinely laughed. Genuinely.
Some will say it was
laughed
scripted.
on the show. Not scripted at all.
Oh, I'll write my first 15 jokes down before I come out here.
Well, you need to work on that.
Not really. That would be awful. Could you imagine if I did that?
God, if you did that, I'd say you need to get out.
Get out.
Out.
Go with Mickey and Minnie.
Out. You're out. You're fired.
Oh.
Man, great day, great show, great wind up for the wind down or recap of the weekend. I will do a better job with everybody of putting my bets online for y'all to see before the game is kicked off. Or
Is that a
first
promise?
pitch. That is a promise. I will be better at it. I will start giving it out, and Jack will post it, and he'll have it all nice and pretty in a tweet. And I will post. No,
Already passing the
no. I will post. I'm just not good. I don't like. I'm not good at like. I will post. I will post the bets.
I'm tweeting. I'm terrible at it. Get on there.
I will put. I do tweet. A little bit. I do.
I didn't even know you had the login.
I do have it saved on my phone.
Did you
I
make
do.
the
I'm
password?
gonna get better. I'm gonna get better. No,
So
we're
now
not
if
saying
the
that.
bets don't get posted. It's not my fault. It's gonna be on me for not tweeting.
No. I will never do that. I will never blame that on you because that's on me. If you don't have the information, you can't do anything with it. I am going to tweet that out. That is on me. I gotta do a better job. I have to be conscious of it, and I am. So I will do that.
You do look tan.
Thank you. I feel tan. It was a great day. I had a whole story about how to pick up crab traps out of the water as the first time. That was an adventure, but we're not gonna get into that. We don't have time. But
Save it for Wednesday.
save it for Wednesday because that was good. And then I thought I was gonna mess up. I didn't mess up. And then my brother-in-law or they got it caught up on the rudder. Then my father-in-law had to get it up in there. It was a debacle, but that one was not my fault. I didn't do any of that.
Not me.
I did not touch that trap. My trap I got out. We didn't catch many crabs, but it was fun. We were on the water for a while. I got nice little sun-kissed. Not quite as dark as Jared. Getting there, trying there. But great show. Great Monday night. We'll see you again on Wednesday. We are going to post out, again, we're going to send out another tweet of our giveaway, our event, our experience, the Mik'd Up experience. That's what we're going to do. The Mik'd Up golf experience.
M-I-K.
M-I-K.
L-I-V. Like live golf.
Yeah, but Mik'd Up live, right? experience, something.
I know. I was putting it together in my head.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it
We'll
out.
figure it out. But it's the Mik'd Up Golf Experience. We're gonna be out there. We told you how to do it. We're gonna give you the rules again on social media, and we're gonna continue to promote it through the entire week. And we're gonna pick a winner. We told you how to do it. We're gonna show you again how to do it. Mik'd Up 15. Download the app. Use the promo code. Get a free $1,500 bet. Maybe use my bets that on baseball that I've been winning.
Let's go watch some
Can't
basketball.
use the baseball bets if I don't give them to you though. So I'm gonna give them to you.
Absolutely true.
You're watching Mik'd Up. We were brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We'll see you again on Wednesday. Peace.
Bye.